Avast ahoy and good day once again to ye mateys! I be your potato-esque and recently clean-shaven DM, Josh the Pirate, and it brings me more joy than could comfortably be consumed by a 4-time pie-eating champion to welcome you back to Corsair's Cove for my Humblewood world for more of monsters and magic. Above me, I have me hearty crew, the Xerophilius, Karen Schlink, the Xylotomus, Brandon Ellis, the Xenodochial, Dan Swelto, and the Xanathus, Daria, surname redacted, who did most of our channel art. I did not.
Oh god, they're all X.
They are
You're
all
gonna have to
X.
some
reference checks on those ones.
And I'm quite proud of this, they are all accurate as well.
I'm ready to get absolutely roasted.
There is a surprisingly large number of X adjectives. So, Xerophilius is Karen, capable of surviving in a hot or dry climate.
True.
True. Objectively true.
Objectively true.
Xylotomus Brendan Ellis, capable of cutting or boring into wood. I reckon given the right tools, Brendan could. It's a bit of a... It's a stretch. That one was a reach.
You know that when I've attempted to bore into wood, I've bored into myself instead. So
I do remember
that's
that.
disputable.
I wrote it. I'm like, that's funny for me personally, but also the chat doesn't need to know. Then Brendan told them. Brendan drilled a hole in his own hand once.
Through?
Yeah.
No.
A bit.
It grazed it, but it was with a drill.
Then it's not a hole. Stop flourishing up the story.
What was fun?
I got so excited.
What was fun was the cute little 15-year-old girl who saw him do it, sighed, took the drill off him, and did it herself.
Nice.
Yeah.
Then Dan's Xenodochial is the opposite of xenophobic, friendly to strangers.
Oh.
Yeah, Xenodochial is the opposite. And
I was just
Xanathus,
like Zeno,
and Xanathus is like Xanthi the gemstone. Xanthus relates to people with light or yellowish hair.
Also true.
Again,
Hey,
true.
well done, Josh.
I know, right? It was a difficult
75%'s a good accuracy.
Thanks.
I would first die and then try to spell all of them, but cool.
Yeah, no. They're actually.
that's quite a
I'm
challenge.
pronouncing them
Phonetically.
phonetically. Thank you. Yes. So let's talk about these wonderful and variously X-worded people. Brendan, who the absolute heck are you?
I'm Brendan Ellis. I'm definitely not X-rated tonight.
Worded. X-worded.
Yet.
Yes.
Yet. Let's see how spicy Eric feels later. I am an actor and director here in Perth, and I am mostly seen online here in this very channel. It's sick.
Karen, who the absolute heck are you?
Hello, I'm Karen, sometimes known as the Mother of Bunnies, mainly on Twitch and on Twitter, which you can follow me for a lot of cute rabbits. Today I shared a video of a literal herd of Arctic hares bounding across the snow. It was delightful. It warmed my soul. You can also follow my burlesque alter ego, Miss Lola Moore, on Instagram. And if you're interested in seeing Miss Lola Moore in the flesh, I'm performing this Sunday night in Creepshow. It's a little Halloween-themed cabaret show on Sunday night at the Planet Royale, 7 p.m. Feel free to come on down if you're in the Perth metro area. You're more than welcome. And for the first time ever, I've actually agreed to teach burlesque to other people, so my students are performing as well. Will they humiliate me? We will see. Oh yeah, and I'm in a podcast, There Be Dragons. It's like D&D themed and way more related to what we're doing right now. So yeah, that's cool.
Also check that out. Daria, who the absolute heck are you?
My name is Daria. I'm an artist. I also play D&D here and on the Eldritch Scribe Twitch channel on Mondays. Yeah, that's it. My brain is lagging today because I'm so tired, but I think that's it. I think that's who I am.
If you want to post a link to that Twitter picture that you did in chat,
No,
so people
I'm
can see.
not
You don't
gonna.
want to? Would somebody else do it then? Because it's great.
Yes,
And Dan, who the
guilty.
absolute heck are you?
Hello,
Yeah.
I am Dan in the meat space here with the cyberspace. I'm just gonna spend the time to tell you guys that you should go at Daria's Twitter and just see for yourself.
Yeah.
I showed you guys as my friends. I did not sign up for this accidental self promo. I was just showing my friends. Okay, this is not what this is.
And now
Thank
you're
you,
showing a
thank
whole
you.
lot more, friend.
Thank
Oh,
you.
no.
Oh, yes.
The
See,
Elder
you're
Scribe.
friends.
Oh,
It
this is
wasn't even
betrayal.
us. It wasn't even
This
us.
is betrayal, huh? Okay, I see. I'll get to you on Monday, Dad.
I feel like Daria
Hey,
hates self-promotion almost as much as Josh hates being forced to do favorite moments about himself.
I know
Yeah,
what you're
maybe.
talking about.
Also, I
Um,
guess my obligatory goof related to the words today is that you audience members have the X factor. There you go.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
And I be Josh the Pirate, and you can find me here on my channel Corsair's Cove, where I run D&D and other related stuff like that, RPG games and the like. And you can also check me out on the Lore Right over on Friday nights, not tomorrow night because I'm going on holiday, but most weeks, where I play Adelinda in between the lovely Dragonborn mummy to be. It's really cute. I'm really enjoying it. With Ardana and Terrace. You can also find me in the podcast There Be Dragons, where I play the infamous and deadly pirate Scanfelspar and his little dragon, Rush. Totally fine. He is promise. Okay. Yeah, you can find me here running Humblewood, but you've done that already. Well done. Keep doing it. So, Karen, can you tell me about the Ukrainian people, please?
So Ukraine. You've probably heard about it at some point this year. Ukraine's somewhat full of Russians. And the Ukrainian people weren't totally down with that, so it's gotten messy. And as a byproduct of that, a number of Ukrainians have had to flee their homes to avoid being blown up by Russian people. So the link in chat is for the Australian-based appeal, the Ukraine Emergency Appeal, which is specifically to raise money for Ukrainian refugees. So if you are able and willing to toss a few coins their direction, please feel free to follow the link in chat. I think they topped raised over $4 million so far. But I think the last time we checked the numbers, there were some 11 million new refugees so far, which is a sort of a lot of people who need somewhere to stay and food to eat and healthcare. So if you can, please head over and flick them a little donation.
Cool. The war in Ukraine is going reasonably well for the Ukrainians of late, but, you know, it's still a war. And if you're looking for somewhere else to spend your digital pennies, Tony Carlstrom has thrown up a link in the Discord, which you can find here, !dis of chords. That will take you to our Discord, and in the Hung, Drawn and Quartered, Tony has popped a link up there to Roll20Con. Which is a virtual con, I believe, and all proceeds from the sale of merchandise will go towards assisting with that effort as well. It is partnered with the official partner for streaming Ukraine relief, and it's also the people who, the primary people who run that are Modifius, who produce the Mutant Chronicles game. They are the people who own Mutant Chronicles, which is kind of neat. And he's quite good friends with them, which is why he's promoting it. But I reckon it's a really good place to also chuck your digital pennies if you want, and you can get some cool t-shirts. So I must remind our musical, tuneful, and possibly even symphonic audience to please like, follow, and subscribe to all the things, you bloody champions. We have all the ! Socials, if I could spell it. And we have a fully up-to-date YouTube, and it's looking pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. There's an awful lot of stuff up there, so you can check up all the episodes you may have missed. All 80 previous episodes of Humblewood, 81 now. All 28 player characters, all 18 actors that were those characters, other than me. All of that, it's all up there in various playlists and all in one contiguous chronological, in-game chronological playlist as well. So, guys,
you say that, and I'm like, we need one more player, so it's around 20 people who've been in the Humblewood.
Oh, you'll need two more players then, because it's 18.
Oh, of course, you're the DM, technically not the player. Mm.
Yeah. I mean, if you wanted to. I mean, yeah,
Numbers are hard.
Numbers are
Yeah.
Numbers are not what we do here.
Hard.
hard. Yeah, this isn't a math game at all. Daria, could you tell us what happened last time?
Gladly. Last time, which was 2 weeks ago, and I forgot everything already, was a great session full of adventure and high-octane action in the form of talking. It was great.
That describes almost every episode of this, though.
Montage.
Yes, but this one is even more epic. We talked so much. No, but actually, we
We're still
discussed.
so confused.
Yeah. So we discussed very important stuff, which is the next step from in our plan to RP Marvel Civil War, but in Humblewood. The world is against us. We are against the world, and it looks like we have a pretty good plan, which is our friend General is taking people. I don't remember the name.
Sheridan. General Sheridan.
Yes. Yes. Oh, you didn't hear me the first time. That's what I said. It's just
I much
No, you nailed it.
Yeah.
Right.
Josh, how is what's Daria's surname again?
Yeah,
Redacted. We know this. I'm very good at
Hey,
pronouncing
remember,
it, thank
like
you.
2 weeks, Josh was like all high and mighty and saying, "I'm about to pronounce his surname correctly next week."
Yeah,
We're still waiting.
and I did.
Still waiting.
I pronounced redacted very well.
Nice. Anyway, don't distract me with your great goofs and funny jokes.
Thank you.
So General is taking the peeps to a fort that has a
Yep.
name, certainly,
The crest.
and that's going to be like our base of operation for the next little while. We also had a very long and serious discussion on the topic of war crimes and should we or should we not
Do
kill
them.
all our war what's the word, not slaves,
Prisoners?
not
Prisoners of war.
prisoners, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that certainly can answer like magical messages and tell whatever the fuck we're saying, so that's not great. But thankfully we had a great hedge witch druid that made a very, very cool drug for our prisoners to give them that to go to sleep for a long time. And while that was done, we also had a few messages of our own to send, which one of them was to Krull, the guy who, for some reason, people here don't like. I don't know why, but he seems cool. He will meet General at the fort. And he also said, like, "Hey, I love General. I'm keeping the torch for her, whatever the fuck." I don't know what he said, but he said something mysterious about fires. I feel like they're
allowing Daria to do
bonking.
this.
So anyway, I feel like they're fucking, but that's not important. He will meet her there. We also messaged Riffin, who has been abducted by the cult all this time. And he actually said very important shit. He said that he was transported somewhere underground. We connected 2 dots because it's a straight line and realized that underground is probably in the roots where the gangs that help the cult operate, namely the Breakers and Fifth Alley crew. So we assume that's where we will go to fuck shit up and get Riffin. We also
In that order.
yes. We drink our milk, we fuck shit up, and we get Riffin, and we already finished our milk. And after that,
There are no
Okay.
cows in this place.
not yet. I don't know. That sounded ominous. I don't know why. But
Well,
anyway.
no, they've got to bring Barovia back first, then there'll be cows, because the cows are in Barovia.
Vampire cows from Barovia. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Never stop getting me off track.
Stop
I'm
with the
already very
goofs.
tired.
The funny goofs.
Stop getting
Stop
Daria
with the
off.
goofs. No. Okay, never mind. I will ignore everything now. So another thing we need to do is Tesh will take back what is rightfully hers, the throne that is the organization whose name I forgot.
Wildwood Brigade.
Wildwood Brigade.
Wildwood Brigade. Wildwood Brigade. I'm
First
running
try.
on 5 hours of sleep, my dudes. I'm not good. Anyway, she has now the official letter from the general and a big bird to show to the people in charge there right now. And she's on that. We are very excited. Another thing we want to do is we want to talk to the voice of the council, who is theoretically against the cult. We don't know yet for sure, but that's what we want to do. So we talked about all of this. Also, Eric, for some reason, wants to rebrand us in the middle of the adventure and says, hey, how about we have a cool name? And Julio, being the smart, creative boy that he is, gave a great example. But unanimously, Eric... Well, it was Julio's Fancy Lads, and unanimously Eric said no, and I guess that's not in the running anymore. So instead, we're like the Ashen Warriors or some shit. I don't know, very edgy. So
This is literally written on the screen.
It's tremendous name.
Yeah.
Right, yes. So we got that out of the way. And we're on our way. We have all this planning and this beautiful strategy that will surely work. And we are on the way camping. And while everyone is asleep and snoring loudly, Julio is alone practicing his cool new magic that no one knows about yet. And just as always, beautiful ladies are magnetically drawn to Julio, and he lifts his eyes, and over the fire he sees the beautiful gaze of this Corvum rogue that almost fucked us up last time, but Julio let her go easy with a hash brown and said, please never come back. But she couldn't stay away because of how much of an alpha Julio really is. So now I guess she's here. And that's my recap.
If anything, Julio is a simp with those hash browns.
I love him.
Also,
Black Angel, thank you very much for the raid. I didn't want to interrupt because Daria, needs to, once she's got that momentum.
Yeah.
I
That was
feel
glorious.
like you can never say you can never write fanfics ever.
True.
Wait,
That was
that was just a
amazing.
recap?
That was
Yeah,
beautiful.
buddy. So,
Oh,
welcome.
buddy.
You're caught up now.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
I hope you're all caught up, because you are. Black Angel, thank you very much for the raid, you bloody champions. You have come in just at the beginning of the second episode, and really the first episode was, okay, what the fuck do we do? Which is, if you were paying attention, basically what Daria said. So, well, guys, mateys, in fact, may your sleepy potions be properly seasoned, and all your war crimes be committed with unanimous consent, as we head, tremulously at first, and then with mounting heat and passion, into the Humblewood. So, we rejoin our adventurers on the way back to Alderheart, about a day's travel from the Great Tree City, and midway through a night's rest. Julio has just spotted a familiar, if not necessarily welcome, face, and lost control of a practice casting of Mage Hand. Julio, you've just heard the phrase, "Hello, little hash brown." What do you do?
Well, Julio's first instinct is to look over, see if there's anyone else here. Does it seem like she's with reinforcements,
You
or
may
she's
make a
still
perception
alone?
check.
Okay.
It's also worthy to note she does not appear to have a weapon drawn.
Ooh.
Okay, that's good. But she does have weapons on her. Yeah.
I believe you
Yeah, these
divested
guns.
her of her weapons.
17.
17. She is alone, as far as you can tell.
Okay. Julio will just look over his sleeping friends, kind of torn on whether or not he should wake them up. But then he remembers the bloodthirst that Bennick has. And he's like, and hi? What are you doing here?
She there's a sort of a half smile, like a, please don't wake them up. I'm not here to start anything. I'm glad it was you who was awake. I have a debt, and I don't like owing people. But I also don't being ganged up on. So, you and I can have a little conversation. I'll answer any questions I can, and then I'll go on my merry, and we'll be square. And then you'll never see me again. Savvy?
Okay. Me as a player was like, oh no, I'm supposed to think of questions now all alone. I have like a quarter of my brain on, but sure, let's try.
I am fine with the others too, if you want to out of character, if you want to meta.
no.
Ask this.
You got this.
If you guys have questions, write in chat and I'll try to weave them in if I forget something.
Ooh, let's chat. Phone a friend, chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, phone a friend.
You can each
okay.
you can each make one suggestion in Zoom chat.
Oh, damn. Damn. Okay. Well, maybe I'll remember stuff on my own, so we'll see.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's very nice of you. I guess you're a little, we haven't finished on the best footing, I guess. So.
I was pretty impressed by you guys. It takes quite a bit to really fuck me and mine over. But you guys didn't even look like it was hard.
Yeah, we are pretty cool. I guess we're, by the way, we're called Ashbourne. You have maybe heard of us?
I met you guys. Never heard of Ashbourne, but okay.
Right.
Cool.
Level
Sounds
3. Is
cool.
it a good name, actually? Yeah, cool. Okay. But if...
Omi, can
if
you
we were
roll me
called-
a d20 in chat?
Oh, no. But listen, if we were called Julio's Fancy Lads, would that be better? How much better would that be?
I mean, it's not accurate, is it?
What do you
I
mean?
mean, well, she's a chick.
Okay, anyone can be a lad. It's gender neutral.
Is it? Okay. I mean, I like it. Let's see what
Okay.
Omi says.
Oh, no. Roll a name, your name sucks.
She's like, I mean, this wasn't where I was expecting this line of questioning to go, but all right. I mean, if
Important questions. How
Yeah.
good is our
if
cool
I
new
can
name?
if I can repay my debt by if I can make us even by going yay or nay on a group name for you guys. I mean, I'm a member of the Fifth Alley crew. You know why we're called the Fifth Alley crew?
Because you're in the Fifth Alley?
No. It's because
No.
we went looking for alleys to have a hideout in, and the fifth one we found was the one we picked.
Oh, that's stupid.
I know, right? It wasn't. I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah. Well, that actually brings me to my question. Why on earth people from the Fifth Alley crew be in cahoots with the cult?
Well, we're a bit unusual. We are all bird folk.
And you believe in this stuff?
I don't, which is why I'm going my own way now. But so this was the pitch that we got. It's good for bird folk. You'll get paid well.
And that's it. Okay, gotcha. All right. And the Breakers, they're not all bird folk, right? Do you know why those guys are in on it?
I am not 100%, though I did hear a little bird. Well, actually, an enormous bird was fucking a slightly smaller one.
Actually, I do not see. What does that mean?
Styx Helmforth, the leader of the Breakers, was an enormous strig.
Right, yeah.
And yeah, he was the one that you didn't watch have sex with another bird.
Yes. I didn't watch
Yeah.
that. Yes.
Yeah. He's the leader of the Breakers, and he was actively banging a member of the cult. So you can figure that one your own self.
Yeah, okay. Fair.
A 12. She goes, I honestly think Julio's Fancy Lad's probably a better name.
Yes.
Ashbourne. I
He
mean, were
has
you
two
born
sentences.
in the ash? Is that the point?
I don't know. Here's the thing. At this point, I'm too afraid to ask.
Eric
Okay.
is being quite scary nowadays. I'm like, okay, Ashbourne, I guess, cool.
Anyway, this is besides the point. Because you're with the Fifth Alley crew, you probably know that they, like, what they do. They abduct people, right? Have you
Sure.
seen a guy named Riffin?
She actually told you she abducted him. She was part of the
Oh.
crew that took him. Yeah.
Oh shit! I forgot
yeah.
that bit. Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
She's like, yeah, we did. Yeah. Took him
So
to a place in Alderheart.
Okay. Was there a specific reason why he was abducted?
I mean, what? To be clear, and like you described the bird in question because she didn't know his name, but you've been told that's Riffin, and she's like, yeah, you had that conversation in front of her, so she knows that is who Riffin is, and she goes, yeah. In terms of why, I heard he was some big hero, and he could cause problems. I figure that's probably why they just wanted him. Who does number 2 work for?
Okay.
Yeah, I figure he could cause problems. That's probably why they wanted him out of the picture. But he was also, like, a good guy, so they didn't want him dead. Because he was unconscious. We could have easily killed him. And I'm not particularly squeamish. I'll slit someone's throat if you're paying me enough, but it's poor form to do it while they're unconscious, you know?
Yeah. Okay, and you said somewhere in Alderheart. Do you remember where exactly?
Yeah. We dropped him off at a warehouse in the docks.
Did the warehouse have like a silver leaf little logo?
She grins and says, you found out about that, have you? Yeah. Yeah, it belonged to the Silverlees. Yeah. See, we aren't stupid. We like to make sure we know what we're getting ourselves into before we get into it. We did a bit of digging about the cult before we started working with them. And once they gave us the drop-off point, we did a little bit of digging into the Silverleaf family. You may have heard of them. Reasonably major shipping concern. They own several Hiscalia. And yeah, they've got a few warehouses in Alderheart, and one of them is the place that we were asked to drop stuff off. The Breakers were guarding it. So if you head back up there, you may want to look out for that. I can give you the address if you like.
Yes, please.
Yeah, and she does so. Basically tells you which warehouse in the docks.
Nice.
It is the warehouse that Fantastic Mr. Fawkes told you about.
Ah, okay.
It's the same one. You quickly establish that, so she tells you that, and you're like, I don't believe you guys actually went there, but she has told you about it.
I love that every time you bring him up, you say, "Fantastic, Mr. Fox." I love that.
As opposed to the other one, just the normal Mr. Fox. Yeah,
Okay,
this. She has sort of gestured you away from the others so that you can have a muttered conversation without worrying about waking the others up.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't want to spook her from like giving information, so I
Yeah.
will refrain from being loud.
Another thing is, well, since how long have you been working with cult? Like, when did it all start?
When did our working with the cult start?
Yes, I assume this is an operation that was in the works for months, if not years. When did it all begin?
Well, so the gang only became involved with the cult on a major level about 6 months ago. I think. So, alright. Initially. So here's the thing. Cult's been going for a while. Best as we can guess, best as Arn and I could figure, 50 years.
50.
We reckon 2-3 generations.
How do you reckon that?
What tipped you off?
Little things. So we're involved in the drug trade. That's what we do, or we did anyway. We don't really do anywhere near as much anymore. And that's how we became involved originally. We are sort of middlemen. We provide the people on the street who actually sell the stuff. We are the people who get it to them. But we don't make it our own selves. Most of it's natural. So most of it, the growers, we get it from them, then distribute. But about 3 years ago, someone pretty shady dude, a raptor, comes to us with this offer of a new, quite powerful, hallucinogen is the wrong word, but similar. And he's looking for a market, looking for someone to start distributing. He's got, apparently, basically unlimited supply. I'm not a fan, I'll be honest. It's a bit, maybe I had a bad trip. I tried it the once and I was like, nah, I don't like anything that muddles my senses too much, my own self. But, yeah, that's how we sort of became involved initially. It proved to be quite popular. And you may have heard of it. It's called a listen.
Have I?
You can have make a I don't know, history.
Sure. Listen,
Drug check.
listen. Oh, 18.
Yeah, you have definitely heard of these. You have probably been offered one.
At my pirate parties that I
Yeah.
go to usually.
Yeah, in your past life, I would say possibly. I mean, Julio's been out of the pirate life for 10 years now, but in the trading business, which is what he was doing before this, I could definitely see that. And I don't think Petra would have gone for it, but she would have been approached to maybe ship some of this. And you would have seen it. They look like little shells. Like bits of eggshell. Most like about a third of an eggshell, and you apparently listen to it.
Like a sea
Like
shell.
like a seashell, like a conch. But supposedly you listen to it, and she was like, "Yeah, it's weird. I'll give it that." Very weird. We were given free samples to let us know and maybe help with the pitch, but yeah, not my thing. So that's how we became involved, and we are the distributors for listens.
Unlimited supply, you said.
Well, basically, they said if we needed more, we can tell them and they'll get more, and we keep 40% of the profit. And I figure they're doing it to fund themselves, because once we became sort of trusted associates, then other jobs, various other things. I think partially they were using it to see if, figure out whether or not we were good for it, how effective we could be. Made us a
Just
mint.
Like selling drugs to fund a holy war. Where have I had this before?
Certainly not something that would exist in real life.
No. The CIA definitely didn't sell cocaine.
Well, here's the thing. She says, but, and I want to be clear about this, it can't be the only source of income for them. Like, there's got to be. Like, I could tell you, I could have a rough guess at how much they've made off this. If in the last 3 years, I would guess no more than 2,000 gold pieces. You know, like it's big money on a personal level, but to run like a big organization, that's nothing. You know, drop in the ocean.
Right. But since you
But
you're
if
too...
they're involved with like shipping companies,
Oh yeah, that's big money.
yeah.
That's big money right there. Question: If you have been so entrenched in like for 3 years, well, 6 months, very very closely, you probably know a few of their higher ups. We know a couple names like Hume and Fell. Do they tell anything to you? Do they seem familiar?
Well, Fell's that raptor I mentioned. Shady guy.
Okay.
He was the one who originally approached us. That's Fell. Trick is, I'm pretty confident there's more than one of them.
Yeah, we had that theory going as well.
Well, because I told you.
Oh right, because
Yeah.
you told. Listen,
She's like-
I know we talked like 3 days ago, but for
Yeah.
me it was like months. So,
I get it. I
you
get
know.
it. A lot's happened. I've been doing a lot of thinking my own self. So yeah, there's at least a pair. I've seen 2, and they look like identical twins, is my guess. I haven't seen them for a while, but yeah, one of them shows up, and then another one, and we were like, oh, that's weird. So yeah, pair of identical twins, both go by Fell, so I'm guessing it's a surname or a code name.
And
They
what
seem to
if
really
Hume-
get off on it too, like a Hume doesn't ring any bells as a name. Do you know what they look like?
Do we know what they look like?
No, because you had a letter with mentioned the name. That's all.
Yeah, so we have nothing.
No, we don't. We just have this letter to the cult.
Yeah, they were pretty careful about how they contacted us. Fell was our sort of primary point of contact. We did meet a few, like Samson, Simon. I think it was one or the other. And yeah, every now and again we would have a cultist come with us to help us out. Normally it was Fell. And that guy was dangerous. Like, not me dangerous, probably not even you dangerous, but dangerous.
Okay.
So far, does she seem like she's on the level? Does she seem like she's bullshitting
You can make an
me,
insight
or-
if you like.
I'll try. I'm
Yeah.
not very insightful. with
You
my
just became
plus
less
0.
insightful as well. 16.
Yeah, 16.
All right.
Hey.
Yeah, no, she seems like she is on the level.
Okay.
In fact,
okay.
she has given you a couple of pieces of information unprompted.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your vibe would be that she really does not like being, the idea of being beholden to you guys. Like, you let her live. You specifically let her live. And she feels like she owes you for that, because in her place she would not have done the same. So she's wanting to make this right in her own head.
Okay. Well, you're being very forthcoming, and I respect this. I
Hash
want to
brown
be
was
honest
nice
with you.
too, I'll be honest.
Oh, thanks. I can make more. Anyway, that's later. So I want to be honest with you too. We are on our way to save Riffin.
Cool.
We want to get him back because he is a good guy and we need his help, and he doesn't deserve to be locked up there. But do you have like friends in Fifth Alley? Like, are we gonna like kill all your buds? I'm not sure this is like. You know.
Look, I'm out.
Okay.
They could probably... If you don't tell them, they probably would never know that I survived.
Okay.
Because you killed the rest of them. So they'll probably figure that I'm dead. I'm okay with leaving it that way.
Sure, we will not bring you up. But personally, I'm not a big fan of like killing a lot of people. I'm very good at it, and I look sexy doing it. But still, it's not my main hobby. So my question
She
is:
smiles.
is there
She's like, fair.
is there a way for us to like get in there without too much bloodshed? Maybe like a secret handshake or a password.
Wait, so you think the Fifth Alley crew are guarding Riffin?
Well, Riffin was taken somewhere underground. We assume that's somewhere in the root system with the Breakers or the Fifth Alley crew
How do you know
guarding
that?
him.
We didn't drop him off there.
He told us that he was transferred.
Oh, okay.
We have magic. Bannock, the cool guy, has magic.
Sure. Yeah, I noticed. He's very shiny. Right. Well, look, if he's underground, then yeah, probably in the Undercommons. Yeah, probably at our hideout. I'll be honest, if he's down there. But that's a bit of a departure from our involvement. Being asked to house prisoners, we don't do that. Or at least we didn't. I haven't been back to Alderheart in about 3 weeks now, but like, we have not looked after prisoners for them. I don't think they trust us enough. So something must have changed to make them go that way.
So is there a
because
way to get in without...
Oh, alright. Make a persuasion check. Because now you're asking her to actively...
You got this.
This is your, like, best
Daria,
mental stat.
please.
With my +3, well, let's hope. Let's
Hey,
hope.
let's find out.
16. Decent.
Yeah. She goes... There's no secret handshake or anything like that. If they see you coming, they'll know to prepare. The hideout, such as it is, it's well guarded from the outside, but you probably won't see the guards. The Undercommons is a different place. I don't know how familiar you are with it. Alderheart, they're very about like, we are all law-abiding citizens here. Everybody, all of us, everyone who lives in the tree. What they don't mean is everybody who lives under the tree. Sort of a city to itself, and the Perch Guard don't go down there, not unless they're in force. The gangs have a fair amount of power, but for all that, it's we know what side is... we know the best way to do business is not warfare amongst ourselves. It's keeping the peace. You just have a different group of people doing it. But, you want to be... Your local gang, you want to be on the good side of. So there is... The people who live around the Fifth Alley know to, if they see something sus... So if you're going to approach it, my advice would be very quietly. And be quick, too. Don't dally. Just go. I recommend hard and fast. Like, don't worry. As soon as it starts, be loud.
That's my middle name, baby.
Okay.
I mean, sorry.
Fast.
Julio, hard and fast, switchgear.
I mean, it does sound good.
That's actually I reckon the hard and Julio's hard and fast boys is much better. Or Julio's hard and fast lads.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm sorry I get distracted, but how cool I am. Can you mind giving us the address?
She does. Yeah.
Nice. I'm racking my brain. Is there anything else I need to ask?
I'm like, it's not really pertinent, but I'm very curious as to why she doesn't believe. She's not a believer.
That's a fair point. Maybe there's something there that is sus. Yeah, okay.
Kiara?
Yeah.
Yes, Kiara.
Awkward if you fucked that one up. Katie,
Yeah,
Jennifer.
Kiara.
Can I call you Stephen?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wilson.
I know this is quite personal, so you don't have to say, but you are a bird folk and sexy one at that. Why don't you believe in the cult's teachings?
Who says I don't?
She did.
Well, you said you don't buy into the cult thing.
Oh. I don't buy into the cult. Its teachings are whatever. I don't... if they succeed, great. It'll be good for bird folk. And that'll be good for me. I just don't want to get killed protecting it.
Ah, I see. And the cult doesn't really disseminate information for you guys? They don't really,
Look, Arn and the others are, I don't know, devout. We've been given the spiel. We've been given the this is what we're doing, this is why we're doing it. You guys want in. I listened. I was interested. Things may have changed while I was away. But the thing is, the gods exist, right? You know the Amaranthines exist. People have met them. They're semi-regularly around. So saying I don't believe is dumb. Obviously I believe in the gods. I know people who've met them. I'm well informed. Fel has definitely met the one that he represents. And that's the thing. This cult, it's not about belief. It's about doing what a deity says. Now, this deity hasn't given me any specific orders. My orders are coming from the people who've received the orders from the deity, or them, or one more step removed. And my orders, the last orders I received from said deity, through however many mouthpieces, said something about luring you guys to their death. I didn't manage to succeed in that, and I'm not willing to try again. Not because of how close I came to having my, sleep artery cut?
We don't have to rehash it. Come on. It's
So-
the heat of the moment.
No,
stuff.
you guys, yeah. And it was effective. It was fucking scary. So, look, I've got a very useful skill set that I reckon I could ply my trade elsewhere. So I might go and try the Blight Sea or something like that. I don't know. But I'm not going to be sticking around in Humblewood. I see big things coming down here, and I'm not sure, A, which side of them I even want to be on, and B, which side is going to win. And I don't back a losing horse. I prefer to stop backing any horses until I figure out which one's going to win.
Our horse is coming.
Well, why do you
Our
think
horse.
I'm having this conversation with you?
Yeah. Okay. Out of character, we know who the Fifth Alley Crew main guy is, right?
On Skyborn. Yeah.
And we haven't met him.
Nope.
On Skyborn. Okay. Okay. Well, thank you.
He's a
Kiara,
raptor.
Do you think he's a raptor? Sweet. Do you
Pretty
think
big guy, too.
there's-
Unusually large for a raptor. Bigger than that one. And points at Enoch.
Level with me here. Why are they all so fucking big? It's not that I'm self-conscious or anything, but it's just excessive.
Well,
It's a
when
loaded
you're a
question.
bad person and you want to make other bad people do what you want, being big helps, you know?
I mean, I guess. So you admit that he's a bad person? Aha! I don't know why I said aha, but okay, sure.
Keep
Okay.
it down.
Kiara, do you think there's anything else we should know to not get killed as soon as we go into the Alderheart?
Another
How do
persuasion
we
check.
not
Another
die?
persuasion check, please. You've been rolling crazy well, so
Don't jinx me! You jinx me, you absolute stinker.
she goes, I guess you guys have probably got a little bit of a window before they realize that we haven't succeeded in killing you. I'd make the most of that. I wouldn't announce your presence until you're ready to make your move. And I'd be very careful of who is on your side. Like, figure out. This goes deep. I don't know how deep. Otherwise, I might have told you if you'd asked me the right questions. But...
Well, now we have to ask how deep this goes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you're a very smart person. I see that you're very perceptive, probably to the detriment of your bosses. Do you think...
Thanks, Omi.
Do you think there's anyone specific that is pulling the strings from deep inside the cult?
Well, I think... Alright. Persuasion. One more.
I have advantage, right? Because
You do, because Omi's it's given you its inspiration.
Please
Come
don't
on,
roll shit.
Daria.
Please don't roll absolute.
You're rolling
Cool.
perception, you know.
I roll perception. Can I re-roll this?
Is it the same modifier?
No. No. No.
A 14.
Where's my persuasion? Oh no, I don't actually have proficiency in persuasion actually.
So it's worse.
Plus it's 13. It's 13
Okay.
now.
13.
Oh, I didn't get proficiency when I got bard, huh?
You would have gotten one more proficiency.
Okay, I'll check later because
Yeah.
I don't know why I don't have it. It's Sedge. Okay.
Okay, that was seen. Thank you, Omi. Yeah, absolutely. Thanks. So 13. She says, well, the Silverlees would definitely be a place to start. But I think it goes higher than that. I reckon all the big money birdfolk families are at least sus, worthy to look at. There's also a chap in charge of the Wildwood Brigade who was not a brigadier before. His daddy is very rich.
Oh, he has a daddy.
Well, most people do. But
Wait, a daddy or a daddy?
he's...
Daddy, yeah.
No, the first one.
Zaddy,
Definitely
you
the
could
first.
say.
She's like, he's the youngest son of... He's the youngest child of 4. The rest of them are in daddy's business. He joined the military and then gets a bump up promotion and put into a new military organization. I don't know. Sounds pretty sus to me.
She's talking about the guy that took Cash's
Nils
position.
Winter.
Nils.
Something.
Nils
We
Wintervale.
thought he's innocent. Well, maybe he is, but he's in daddy's pocket. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, if you could rely on someone to do whatever you tell them to, it would probably be your youngest child, right?
Yeah.
I'd check out Christoph Wintervale.
Christoph Wintervale.
That's the daddy.
And Nils, we don't know his surname. Yeah?
Wintervale.
Oh, it is
Yeah.
Wintervale. Okay.
He's my not replacement.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the guy who's like, oh, I respect you so much, but fuck off. Yeah, that's what he said to Cash.
Sure.
I thought I was gonna be in charge. My daddy said I was gonna be in charge.
It's my turn to be in charge.
You're
Anyway.
putting all of this on Nils. He was quite respectful.
We're shitting on his life.
Yeah.
We're just assuming
okay.
that he's a spoiled little rich kid.
Yeah, he
yeah.
was really respectful and Cash wasn't fired. Yeah, we get it, Josh.
Exactly.
Sure. It's kind of rewriting what really happened, but okay.
Kiara, thank you for this. I probably am not the best person to give this sort of information to, mostly because the smart thinking thing is not really my MO. But
Hey, you were the one who
gave us
argued to
balance.
not kill me. You wrote you wrote a sweet little letter and gave me a hash brown. Without all of that, I wouldn't have come back. I wouldn't have come and had a chat. So I wanted to talk to you, not them. I definitely
I'm
didn't
glad
want
that
to
you
talk
did.
to Shiny Boy over there.
He's nice. He could
Sure.
be nice.
I'm sure he could. I'd love to see him try.
That sounded ominous. Kiara, I wish you the best of luck. I really hope that your new chosen profession will treat you well. I also changed profession like twice, actually. Once 10 years ago, and now this new gig. It can be scary, but I think you have a good head on your shoulders. I think you'll do it.
I wish you luck too, hard and fast.
It's catching on, yes, baby.
And she sort of fades into the woods, like she disappears into the dark. She'll be back. Nice. I mean.
She disappears, and only her thumb is the last thing we see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking, well,
yeah.
Cool. Alrighty, there you are. What do you do, Julio? Do you let everyone sleep, or are you gonna?
Well, I think.
Yeah, Omi. I think Julio is canonically in his late 30s at least.
Oh yeah, he this is his midlife crisis. That's why he's doing this.
He is, I think,
Yeah.
definitely the
Just buy a
oldest
car,
member of the
Julio.
party.
You
Yeah.
don't have to like.
No, he's
Yeah, buy
like,
his
you know
scale,
what?
yeah.
I'm an adventurer now. You know. Yep. But yeah, Julio will like sit until like dawn when everyone is waking up. Will sit with this information, kind of like thinking, and as soon as everyone starts waking up, he will like,
Okay, guys, you had your 8 hours. Wake up.
I believe, for what it's worth, I'm happy to change this, but for what it's worth, I think you're on second watch, and I think Eric was on third.
Yeah.
oh, that's a lot of time. Never mind that.
I'm like, that's very cool. So you let Cash and Eric get a full night's sleep, or like the other
Yeah,
two
sure.
people? That's very
Sure.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I'll do that. I'll do that. And when morning comes, Julio will wake everyone up, and I'm ready to take exhaustion for not sleeping for most of the night. But he's like very keyed up, and
Roll a
he's
con save.
okay. Con. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
You are taking you take a level of exhaustion. Sorry, Julio.
He really wanted you to like nat 20 it, so that
Yeah, no.
like how
I only
pumped up
needed
you were,
I
like-
only needed an 11. I was looking for a 12 or
Yeah.
higher.
I
Yeah.
rolled all my good rolls in the beginning. Now
did.
it's like this scene is it's always sunny with Pepe Sylvia. It's like the hair is sticking out. There's dark circles. Yeah, he's
Yeah, the
very
toupee is all muzzed.
yeah. The toupee is everywhere.
No.
Not the toupee.
So guys, a lot has happened this night. Actually,
Wasn't I supposed to be on watch?
Yeah.
yeah, you guys needed sleep and stuff. Kiara came by.
Cash like.
Yeah, see, I knew that's what you would do, so that's why I
Hold
didn't
on.
get
Which
with
one
you.
is that one?
The one that almost killed you in the night, and you chased her down, and then we fought her again, and I gave her a hash brown and said never come back, and she came back, but she was nice.
Insight check.
Sure.
Go for it.
In what
Is
way?
Julio just blinded by rose-tinted horny glasses?
Horny glasses. Oh my gosh.
Hey, evildoer! Thank you very much for the subscription, buddy.
10.
Hey.
10.
Okay.
Seems legit.
All right.
Yeah.
What did she say?
Yeah,
Oh,
nice
well-
how?
Yeah, so she came back because like her consciousness was like telling her to repay the debt for the fact that we spared her life and gave her hash brown. My cooking really changes people's lives, everybody.
That's very true. I
Yeah,
do
she
agree with
came
that.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she basically gave me a bunch of information.
And I just retell everything to the group.
Wow, that's a
Sure.
lot of information.
Yeah, right, Fennec?
There's a long
So
thought,
much.
then.
This is going to make the conversation with Niels even more interesting than it was going to be.
Right.
Like, do I need to... Will he even go if I tell him to go? Does he know?
Well, I mean, he has orders. You have a letter of orders from General Sheridan.
Hmm.
And I believe you were talking about getting a group of your heavies to escort him as his personal guard, right?
Yes. Like, it depends whether he'll kind of follow orders over kind of being shady or not.
Well, his personal escort may not give him much of a choice.
This is true. How big of bruises am I sending with this guy?
Hold on. I think I'm getting mixed messages. I thought this Niels guy was just like some random guy who didn't really know anything.
I was certainly trying to give that impression. But
Well,
if
we
his
don't know.
family's super rich and powerful, it's pretty safe to assume that...
Well,
Well, this
As
still
someone
doesn't
who's
mean
somewhat-
he doesn't know, right? Like,
As
Oh, I
someone-
mean, it's safe to assume that there were reasons for putting him there that he may or may not be aware of.
look, as someone who's something of an authority on this kind of matter, it could go either way. You said he's the youngest. That does seem like traditionally the most desperate.
Are you the youngest?
No, I'm not.
Oh, could have fooled me.
He's the oldest, actually.
Julio, pick your moment.
It was a joke. Sorry, I didn't sleep.
Oh, I see. The
I
quiet
enjoyed
brain,
this.
yes.
This is actually Daria and Julio are starting to line up.
Synchronizing, yes.
this was your point all
I
along.
mean, he would be a real fool to not know what his family was into, but or at least not to have a hint of it. But it still remains to be seen how complicit he is. But at the very least, he could be a high value. Let's not call it hostage. Let's call it person
Asset.
who's been reassigned. Asset.
sure.
Yes. Now you're getting into it, Julio. It's just a positive reframing. Yes.
My question is...
Eric, you can make a history check about Wintervale's the family if you like.
Yes. I will.
You would be in those circles.
He's
They're
known in all the
Corvum.
boroughs.
They are Corvum as well.
I do believe I made a check when it was first came up, and I think it was probably around the same. I've got a 14 in history.
The Wintervales are not a famous family,
Yeah.
but that doesn't mean they're not rich. You would know of them. They are not like best buddy pals with the Shadow Malts, but yeah, you've definitely heard of. It's the name Christoph Wintervale that rings a bell. And you go, oh wait, yeah. He and Granny definitely knew each other. But they are. They're more of a dark money family. They're not famously rich. They are rich, but not famous.
Mm-hmm. Are they as rich as my family?
Probably in the same neck of the woods.
Yeah. Okay.
They might be desperate for power.
Though, yeah, not quite as illustrious.
Well, maybe, but being lesser known puts you in a good position to get up to some nefarious stuff.
I mean,
I
they're the
suppose-
sort of money that if you wanted to be well known, you could be.
Yeah.
Question, I suppose...
They've chosen to be like this.
Should I try and toss him for information before I send him up to the crest? Or should we just send him up to the crest and tell Benna to toss him for information?
Are you asking for our advice or...
Yes. So it's not like I can time... Well, maybe I can time to a chair in his office, I don't know.
I think that sounds time-consuming and risky.
This was where I was leaning on the issue. Like, if we can send Banner a message basically saying he might know something, get out the thumb screws.
I mean,
how about
Banner does intend to do that anyway.
Oh, nice.
Cash? What if we come in without any like accusations and just see how he reacts to normal commands from the general? What if he really doesn't know anything and he just goes willingly? That'd be so much simpler.
And besides, like, shouldn't we keep him most in the dark anyway?
Yeah, we don't want to kind of... I'm trying to think of a better metaphor than blow our load too early, but that's all my brain's coming up with tonight,
bust a
guys.
nut.
Metaphor. Thank you,
Bust a
Brendan.
nut.
That's the true thespian right there. Just quick on the draw with the best analogy. Thank you very
We
much.
don't want to let the horses out of the stables too early.
What's a horse?
Nice.
What a horse.
We don't want to
cat
let
out of the bag.
We don't want to let the Hiscalia out of the warehouse too soon.
Kiara also
Right,
mentioned
right.
these horses, and I said that ours would come. So
Okay. The thing that alerts me somewhat is that Kiara seems to think this cult has been around for 50 years.
Yes.
yeah.
Is there anyone in your family you would trust to ask about that?
Not directly. I mean, there's plenty of people in my family who I think would know. Like possibly all of them.
It's gonna be awkward if it turns out to be all of them, and they've just kind of left you in the dark because they knew, oh, Mr. Righteous, too good for us tender. He's gonna have problems with this.
Well, it's actually funny that you brought up my family. I've been thinking about the wedding. Julio,
Yes.
you weren't there, but the bride, I don't know if we told you, the bride got kidnapped.
You don't have to rub it in. Yes, I wasn't there. Okay.
I was there.
Yes, yeah.
Thanks.
Literally everyone
That makes me
except
feel
Julio.
better.
Yeah, Julio was the only one who didn't get to go to the wedding.
Yes.
It's a shame.
Me and
the
my
cake
9
was
wisdom.
really good,
Well-
and there was a fucking kidnapping.
Yeah, I mean, you had a very important job to see to, which meant that you couldn't go to the wedding.
Uh-huh.
I feel like
Yep.
I'm getting something.
Anyway,
I missed
my
something.
point is that
Turned out well.
I've been, and this could come from nothing, but we never got to the bottom of why Miriam was kidnapped in the first place.
That's
So-
true.
I was first thinking, well, possibly she was kidnapped to indoctrinate her, but it really seemed like Granny was not on board with the kidnapping, which makes me think possibly someone arranged her kidnapping to prevent her from being indoctrinated. So, who do we know who can specialize in that kind of stuff? Your friend Kral. I thought maybe he might know something
Oh.
about it. If you
Do you
wanted
want me to ask?
Yes.
Wait, Eric. Wait a second. So
Yeah.
I wasn't there. I get it. I'm not part of the cool club. But like, can you rewind
it
a
was
little
really
bit? And
shit.
It was a
Okay.
very stressful wedding.
It was the first wedding I've been on, so I guess it's my benchmark for weddings.
So it's pretty good, huh? So anyway,
I don't know,
my question is
okay.
this: when you got the bride back, did you find any of the kidnappers? Were they bird folk? How did they look like? What did they say?
They were not all bird folk. They were mixed. I distinctly remember a hedge who was a little unpleasant to kill. We didn't get any survivors,
No.
but there were a mix, which made me think that this is probably anti-cult, if anything. It may be completely unrelated, but
Maybe.
my family is almost certainly tied up in this, and this is where my mind went to.
It would make sense, but I don't think we should dig into your family, because that will certainly tip them off that we're in the city and
Oh,
you're
no.
there.
I mean, look, Brackenmill, which is where my family live, that's where they run. We know that that's the location of at least one of these indoctrination facilities, so we're probably going to have to go there sooner or later. But no, I don't think we should meddle in that right now, not while we have business in Alderheart. But
Yeah.
You don't have like a particularly stupid cousin we could get drunk.
Well,
Greeky.
you've met Greeky.
Hey!
I don't know Greeky, but that hurt.
Nova, it doesn't watch the show. It's fine.
Nothing against your cousin, but I also
Trish started
don't
dumping
think...
on me, and Greeky just went on board with that. He's
Yeah.
known me my whole life.
Yeah.
Anyway, possibly, but that's something that I would want to start in person.
Oh, you don't trust me to get your cousin drunk and pump him for information?
Well, look, I'm sure that you're well accustomed to getting people drunk and pumping them, but and I'm fine with it. But let's focus on
He's
one thing
married.
at a time, right?
We like Miriam.
Yes, we do like Miriam, particularly if she's not indoctrinated.
Who
But
said that?
The point is,
Yeah. Oh, God.
Miriam.
It's me, the Void. You like Miriam.
Miriam.
Oh no,
is,
I think I heard a little bit of an eggshell. Oh no.
Miriam.
God. Allison's just, the void talking to you.
Yeah,
It's
and with
sweet
that voice,
nihilism.
The
hello
meta
there,
narrative
I'm
is
Void.
unraveling. But Miriam is going to be, sooner or later, the head of my household.
Hmm.
And so she's a prime target.
Wait, who's
to-
Miriam? Is your cousin's wife?
Yes.
But
She married
aren't
Ricky.
you the oldest son?
It's a thing. It's a matriarchy. There's no. I don't have any sisters. I'm the oldest male, so the idea was to marry me off to someone to get her into the family. That's not. I'm not very good at dancing.
Wow.
So
Marriage is very complicated here.
yeah.
Moving along.
Look, our marriage system is kind of hecked up. Anyway,
Right. Yeah.
what I'm saying is Miriam would have been a good target. I mean, she was on a ship captained by a what's the fox folk?
He was a deer folk. He was a
Vulcan?
He was
Yeah.
yeah.
I thought he was a okay.
Marco
by a servant.
Vilnius was a servant. Yeah.
Yes. So, like, she's certainly not the type to be pro-cult. So, someone in the family probably would like to get her. Anyway, my point
Eric,
is.
it would make sense. It would make sense. However, something you should keep in mind: not everything in the world is always like super mega connected, and also sometimes people get abducted because they're from a rich family, and that shit pays. So it is an interesting idea, but there are more simple explanations there, which is money.
Sure. I understand the worry, though.
I mean.
Yeah.
I
look,
suppose it comes down to who we think we can trust, which is
all I'm
not like
saying-
hardly anyone.
all I'm saying is, Bennick, we're pretty sure that we can trust Kral. Maybe just ask him if he has heard word about that kidnapping if he was involved.
Sure.
That's all I'm saying right now.
How far away are we from the town?
You'll get there by evening.
Oh,
Maybe I'll
nice.
wait
It's not
till-
a rush.
Yeah. Maybe I'll wait
Yeah.
for a bit. Maybe something will happen today.
Oh, and Bennett, as you, if you make this sending, can you also ask maybe what this mysterious fire going line was at the end of the last sending? That was
What do you
weird.
mean fire going. I think it was
Well-
like something that's supposed to be for Benna, like something like a
Oh,
code
Yeah,
between
tell
them.
Ben I
She-
have the fire or something.
She
Yeah,
got
I've
it.
done that. Yes. I've
Oh,
done
okay.
that yesterday.
I feel like that means kind of, when some people abandon a cause, but you stick with it because you think it's going to become important again.
Right.
I think Kral always thought that there was some greater power that wanted to take over Alderheart, and that he needed to keep like the bandit coalition going in some way because we would need a force to oppose them.
And it seems like he was right, because 50 years. How old is Kral?
I mean, he sounds pretty old.
About
I don't know.
mid 40s, late 40s. Yeah.
But just a random thought that I can't shake after you told us all the information that you guys talked about with that Kiara woman. With these like shell things, Is the cult founded on a high?
That's what I was
Well-
thinking too.
Maybe she never tried. I never tried. Maybe we should try and see if the god talks to us. I don't know.
So, and I'm like, that's not the wildest idea because I think plenty of kind of insane things have happened when a group of people do drugs together and come up with ideas.
But this guy fell. It seems like Kiara said he talked to the god. I assume he's a cleric. Clerics don't usually need drugs to talk with their gods.
Are
Yes.
gods normally very talkative? Like, I
You've
haven't
literally
heard anything
met one.
outside of that. I know. In Humblewood, I'm not from here. Aren't the gods here just like all up in your grill all the time?
The gods are real. It's their interpretation of their will, I suppose.
Is it common knowledge over here that like gods can just rock up and like Gaspar just walks up in his like
I mean,
blinding
listen,
glory?
Titan is Father Knight, and there's nothing that has been publicly known in his doctrine about being anti-furry things.
Right. I mean that's good.
Wedding?
Like, this definitely seems like,
So
at
he's
best
pro-furry.
case scenario, he's definitely pro-furry, but
Okay.
best case
Right.
scenario, this is someone misunderstanding or misinterpreting his words, and at worst, someone lying and purposely twisting the words of an aberranthine, or someone just plain lying about it.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Well, it's kind of neither here nor there because we can't check until we find that fell guy. As I understand, the order of operation is still the same. We need to get Griffin before anyone finds out that we're in the city. And for that, we go to the undercommons. And as Kiara said, we have to be very quick, very efficient. And I assume everyone will be looking at the newcomers. So do we have any way to like... I know I can like cover myself and be unrecognizable
Weren't we going
and
to
voluptuous
sneak
lady,
into
but
weren't we going to sneak into the temple bit?
The old temple, yes. At least then we'll have some kind of headquarters while we're in Alderheart. And I
Okay.
mean, I'm as good as I have ever been about keeping us as a group low key.
Look,
Um,
I think a change of clothes and like I'm brown. We could use, some charcoal dust to darken me up a bit.
wait, Kesh. Does that mean I can give you a makeover?
I'm a little
Uh.
concerned at how excited you were, but yes, technically. Let's see if we can make me a grey map patch instead of a brown map.
Kesh,
Oh, we're sticking with map patch. Okay.
Kesh
Like,
winds
do you
up
really
with
think
like
you
a
can make me look-
handlebar.
Not like a map patch. I gotta put the tail somewhere,
Oh, I mean, I can make you a very snatched weapon.
Yes, I was thinking if we put like some acorns on your nose, like brought the snout out a bit.
Maybe change my prepared spells because it's the new
Dusted you with
day.
some red sand.
Okay.
We should
So-
walk.
Walking. We're
Walking.
walking.
Having breakfast while we
Yeah.
do this. Okay. So do we want to get Riffin first? Is that our number one priority?
Yeah.
Well, we get a base of
I-
operation, right? And then
We've
Base
got
of
to sneak in.
operations.
Obviously, we've got to sneak in because we have to talk to the speaker. We have to deal with Niels
Yeah.
and whatever he's been up to, and talk to the Wildwood Brigade. Some of them before I talk to Niels, so I've got some muscle ready to escort him out the building.
Yes.
You need to go speak to the tenders,
yes.
Eric, and find out what they know.
And
they must
Julio,
know-
if you can come with me, I've got some ideas.
And then
Sure.
and then I believe we're planning to rob Larimar rather than confronting her. So
that is true. And another thing, we have even more confirmation about the Silverleys being really in on it. And now we have an address. And also, do we know if Fantastic Mr. Fox is still in town? He has been to that warehouse. I wouldn't mind. And well, we kind of trust him. He doesn't seem like he's
sorta.
part of the cult. He's shady, but he's not with the cult.
Yes.
So if you could get some information out of him about the warehouse and what he knows, that'd be neat. But I don't know where to find
I
him.
mean, we could go to the warehouse ourselves if we really wanted that information. We had discussed that before, and we had decided that it was low priority because of how fast we needed to be, but
I think we
could.
need to see how everything else goes. It may get too hot for us in town to risk something like that.
So let me make a proposal. I'm kind of just jumping on Julio's wagon, but whatever. First order, we get in sneaky, we establish a base of operations, we find Riffin, bring him back to our base of operations. Riffin will probably need to rest. That way we can leave him somewhere secure and we can get up to our other stuff, which will be Julio and I going to tenders and then robbing Larimar, while Kesh and Bennick deal
I'll need
with
some muscle.
the brigade and Beta.
So essentially, at some point after we secure Riffin, Cash and Bennett go public. We stay on the down low still. Yeah?
Yes.
So we have like the dawn and dusk kind of like operation. We have the people in the light and in the shadows.
Because like
I like
don't
that. I'm a dusk
look,
column.
Operation Dawn and Dusk. I love it. There's a ring to it.
Yeah.
and
Ashbourne.
Bennett, you're the
And
closest.
Ashbourne. No,
Yeah.
It's so like if you
Julio
guys
is
watch
hard and
anime, it's so Chunibyo. I cannot. It's so like I activate my blue eyes white dragon. This is
Special move.
yeah.
What's an anime?
What's an anime? It's a different type
Well,
of play.
guys,
Bennett,
that
you're really-
sounds good.
Bennett, you're really the closest thing we have to a representative from the heroes of Alderheart. So
Sure, but
you
I mean, wait, do I look different still or sound different?
you still look and sound different, so that could be
Great.
problematic actually.
Well, I mean,
That's fine.
not that different. You look like a female you.
Right.
You don't look like a
That's
different
okay.
person.
Maybe that will wear off. Maybe that's fine.
Oh yeah, let's fix that. Yeah, later.
I mean,
You know,
Trying to
but-
remember how
like,
long
I've tried
it's been.
dispelling it. It would be a shame if I got like, you know,
I
outdone
think-
by a druid from an abjuration thing. It's not a matter of pride or anything. Don't worry about it.
Bennett, I think for now it's beneficial. But if we
Yes.
get to Riffin and then you're still ladylike, then we'll figure it out.
All right. Well, just so that everyone's aware, I have Dimension Norn ready for
Nice.
today, in case.
Okay.
It'll be better if I know. Well, we'll know when we get there. But if you happen to have random blueprints around lying everywhere, that'll be nice.
How many dimension doors do you have?
I only have the one.
Okay.
One. Okay.
I think we're probably best keeping it
It's for an
us-
emergency,
Yeah.
It's
Um,
maybe for
Yeah.
yoinking Riffin out,
That-
if that comes to it.
That does remind me, I do have a couple of different possible ways of locating Riffin as well. As we discussed yesterday, I can locate his shield, which he's famous for, and hope his shield is nearby. Otherwise, I don't know if Bennick, you weren't there, but I did speak to the Alderheart last time we were in the town. So the Alderheart, I mean, it's a long shot, but
Are
it
they
might
nice?
know.
Sorry, I'm just blown away
yes.
that I know you're a druid and all, but like the Alderheart's huge. I am assuming that it's like
There was a lot going on, but the Alderheart reignited my connection with Hope, so that was positive. Anyway,
So it
that's
doesn't
another
bear
card we
you
have up
ill
our sleeve.
will.
I mean, that's
No.
Right. Well, priority one, Operation Sneaky Sneak.
Okay.
Yeah.
With that, I think we had better take a short breaklet and be right back. So we'll be back in 5 to 10, guys. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. It's been lovely seeing you all in chat. Thank you so much, and we will be back very shortly. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Vast and ahoy, mateys. We be back with more Humblewood. Thank you for sticking around, Dragon at Rest. Good to see you, my friend. Ahoy, what are you doing? What are we doing? We're doing some Humblewood, my dude. We are beginning Season 3 of Humblewood of Monsters and Magic. And the gang is sneaking back into Alderheart with the intention of finding themselves a hideout and then freeing their good old buddy Riffin, the Ash Knight, who looks like this. This is Riffin.
Wait,
the Ash
he's an
Knight.
Ash Knight, and we just
Ashbourne.
yoinked his thing. Wow, Eric, so original.
Riffin
It
is
wasn't even my
from
idea.
Riffin is
sweats.
from Ashbarrow. He is from.
Okay.
There is a town on the outskirts of the Scorched Grove called Ashbarrow, and he is from there. He is the most famous export of Ashbarrow.
It's the
so he is
Tom
known as
Jones
the Ash
of
Knight.
Ashbarrow.
Yeah,
I
very much
see.
so. Yeah, and he's a nice bloke. He's got a thick Scots accent and a good fun guy to be. So you go back to Alderheart. You get there sort of early evening. And how are you doing that?
As we approach,
Yeah.
I will cast Pass Without Trace on all
Right.
of us.
Very well.
Nice.
Wait.
Cool.
And I put on my female disguise again, because if we do get spotted, I wish to be...
Becomes significantly more noteworthy as the only Jobeen walking in with breasts.
Yes. You know that meme? I'm trying to be sneaky, but my dummy thick ass is alerting. My ass just keep clapping and alerting the guards. That's Julio, but with his huge badonkadonks made out of vegetables. And I was like, please, Julio, please, God, stop it.
He
And like,
managed to find only a pair of of sweet potatoes. So
Yeah.
it's unusual shapes. Okay. Right. Thank goodness for that Pass Without Trace.
Yes.
I'm just like, I didn't see that, Karen.
Dude,
No one ever does.
I know we're goofing. I do have disadvantage because I'm exhausted. So we can roll with this.
Yeah. So, Julio.
Sorry. In terms of disguises, I think we got a religious pendant at some point from a cultist, didn't we?
Yep. Yep.
I
The
think that's right.
one who really needs the disguise is Kesh. Eric and Julio aren't particularly noteworthy folks. Like, you're not very famous people.
Ouch. Hurtful.
Bennett,
Absolutely roasted.
it's just factually true, unfortunately. You aren't yet extremely famous.
We pull
Kesh-
this off, you will be extremely
Kesh
famous.
is quite well known, particularly in the military, and they are the people who would be watching for people coming in and out of the city. Bennick is quite famous, but doesn't look a lot like looks enough like Bennick. Was like, oh, it's just a chick who looks like Bennick. That's weird. But like,
Yeah,
it's weird enough.
Bennett's
that-
long lost twin sister.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
All vulture raptors look the same.
No one, you said it, we didn't.
Yeah,
Well, Cash.
put that on me.
Does
Cash?
this mean it's makeover time?
Hell yeah.
Oh wow.
Julio,
Cash, I
breasts out
can't
in
help.
front.
I can.
So,
no
do we need sweet
breasts.
potatoes or cabbages? What do you want?
Wait, what are we doing? I have mending. I can help.
I got Scroungecraft.
Oh yes.
That's not how makeovers work.
Could be.
Yeah, you can't
Scrounge up a new
participate
body.
in the makeover.
No, guys,
I'm
you
just
don't
gonna
understand.
Scroungecraft myself a flesh suit to wear.
No, guys, a makeover is more of a ritual than the end product. We put her in front of the mirror, then we turn her around, we do our magic, a funky pop music is playing in the background, we put on different disguises, and we're like, yes, no, yes, and then we turn her around, and she looks beautiful.
Wait, is this like a pirate?
But
thing?
she already
And
looks
she's
beautiful.
wearing a Luma like onesie.
Yeah, and an important thing,
Sticky
Cash,
inside.
before the makeover, you need to have glasses on, and we need to take them off because we all know that glasses are ugly, and only people without glasses are made over. Because that's
Just
how
went from
movies
a
work.
6 to an 8.
Yeah. That's
I actually
problematic.
think Brendan
Anyway,
looks hecking weird without them. I think you
Yeah, I'm
become
too
less
used to
attractive
Brendan
without your
with
glasses.
yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah, the trick is that these have like anti-glare on them. So if I don't wear them by the end of the stream, I'm like squinting at the light from my screen. So to be honest, it's that as much as the fact that my optician thinks I should wear them.
All right.
But yeah.
Anyway, let's go.
Dun, 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 dun.
So, Julio,
Dun, dun, dun,
you're
dun,
taking the
dun.
lead in this with mending,
Hell yeah.
and that's probably for the best. You are getting two instances of the help action, which means you can still do this with advantage. Even though you are technically at disadvantage because you are exhausted.
is this sleight of hand or was it? What is it?
I think it's a
of
performance
hand.
check, to be honest. You said
Okay.
it's a bit of a ritual.
Yeah, it's all about the mood.
So with mending and scroungecraft, the three of you with Eric is the one on the other side of the curtain. Just every now and again she comes out and like everyone's like, and Eric's like, I don't know.
Yes,
and then
exactly.
turns around in this montage. So roll
They're
me
like, he
the
hates it, he
dice.
hates it, take it off!
Eric has a fallback plan, so let's see what happens.
Oh my god, you don't
His main
believe?
plan is just not
Agreed,
to be
Baboonski.
spotted by
Glasses
people.
are clear indications
You don't
of supreme
believe?
beings.
Check this shit out. 21.
21.
Ooh,
2 and a
ooh,
19.
Oh, I have
Thanks for the advantage.
Yeah, thank God for the advantage. Yeah. So between Fembenic's mending and Cash's scroungecraft
That's a phrase.
and Julio's
Yeah.
very tired performance check, what does Cash look like? It's a good result, obviously. Julio, what does Cash look like? What have
Well,
you done to her?
Do you want to be
have
a
you
humble
done?
folk or a bird folk, first of all?
This escalated quickly. We were joking about the flesh suit.
No, not
I feel
anymore.
like just a humble folk not like myself is
Gotcha.
probably the
Gotcha.
best way to go.
I think with this cool result and the fact that foxes and raccoons are kind of similar, we kind of tap back a little bit of the cheek fur to make the look a little bit more triangular. We add a little bit of henna into the fur coat and make her a little bit like dark red, like burgundy fox with an eyeliner. And whenever she walks, there's like jazz music, wow, 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 you know?
Played on the spoons behind her.
Yes, on the spoons. Yeah. And
Okay.
she
Are
has
we turning
obviously-
Cash into the Jessica Rabbit of Vulpin?
Yes, she has very bright blue eyeshadow, and she's like, I was just drawn that way, you know. And that's a thing now.
One of Karen's first burlesque acts was Jessica Rabbit.
Hell yeah!
Which is ridiculous because I've always had tiny boobs. But you know what?
And you are very short.
I'm very short. I am the opposite, but no, I went for it.
Cool. You do that. So, a female raptor, a female gerbine, an attractive female Vulpin,
And a
Eric,
cultist.
and Eric the cultist.
The cultist.
Eric Ashbourne,
Yeah, I'm literally
the cultist.
just putting on.
Yeah.
the
It's like he's our
yeah.
pimp, and we're just on the prowl.
Have you put makeup on Bennick?
Yes, we need to
lipstick
accentuate the
Bennick?
beautiful, volume of the beak. I don't know.
My curiosity, did you actually?
Do you want me to,
I'm curious.
Benek?
I don't
Do you
know.
want some cool lipstick?
I mean, I'm not
I'm happy
against.
What
to
are
make it-
lips?
Is it like? What are lips?
I'm happy to make. I'm happy to make it canon that birdfolk wear lipstick. Female birdfolk wear lipstick if that's what you guys want to do.
Hell yeah.
I'm totally on board with
I-
that. I think it's hilarious.
I'm not. I mean, like, I don't mind, it's a new experience. I've never done it before.
It's actually very fun, Benek, to
Really?
you know.
As he like kind of like, I imagine his mending is like a full on like because he's all about glass, a full on like glassy welding mask and like a lens that like refracts the sun to like mend.
Nice.
He just kind of like lifts it and the glass disappears. I'm like, what do you mean?
Yeah,
That's
He's welding Kesh's red dress.
yeah.
oh hell yeah. And when we're done with Cash and we're putting makeup on Benek, Julio will be like, it's like a sleepover.
He's like, actually, the first time I changed and was dressed as a girl, my girlfriend helped me. She had some interesting makeup, and we were like, playing around with it. It's fun.
And then he gets sad because he remembered that his girlfriend fucking left, and now she hates him.
Can't wait to meet her.
Yeah, I me too.
What?
Never mind. You look great.
Thanks.
The makeup sticks. It works. Even though because Benek, to you guys it looks real. To Benek, it doesn't feel like it. But Benek, if you look at yourself in a trying to remember, did we say that you could see reflections and it looked different?
I think so.
Yeah. To everybody who looks at it,
It is now.
you are Femme Benek with lipstick on.
Yeah.
It's not an illusion.
Internally, if I look at myself directly, I don't look different. But if I look at myself at a
From
mirror,
an outside point, yeah.
The only thing we're missing is a big fur coat for Eric and a lot of big golden
big hat.
rings.
Wait.
Big hat.
I pluck my red feather and put it on the top.
Nice.
And fluff it up.
Nice. We're ready.
Wow.
While
The undercommons are that way, guys. What the hell?
While Julio and
does that mouse
Benek
have
are
tits?
having their makeover, I want to just kind of go over to Kesh and say, I was thinking we could just put some ash in your fur and maybe rough you up a little bit, but this looks convincing. Are you happy with this?
I kind of was with you, and that we would just make me look like a different map patch, but apparently we're going the whole hog. But you know what? It's probably better as long as it's convincing. Do I actually look?
And yeah,
Volpany?
You definitely look Volpany. I'm concerned that when it comes time for you to go to Nils and the Wildwood Brigade, you're gonna have to fix this.
Yeah, we're gonna have to wash some of this off.
Yeah.
Otherwise, that's gonna get real weird real fast.
Prestidigitation.
But it's gonna get you in there.
Yeah. I'll be shocked if anyone recognised me in this get-up. I don't even recognise myself.
No. Yeah.
Okay, so
But in any
looking
case,
markedly
our
different.
First port of call will be not being seen at all.
Yes,
Yeah.
getting in undetected and getting into our new super secret hideout place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. You do that. You head to the gates of Alderheart, such as they are. The gates at Alderheart, it doesn't have walls, it's a tree. It doesn't have gates so much as there is, however, the primary entrance to the inside of the trunk, which you know to be hollow. There is also sort of saying that the area around the base of the trunk is full of burrows, essentially ways into the undercommons. And there is a degree of outside habitation as well. Some buildings have been built, but a lot of that was deliberately sort of demolished during the whole Scorched Grove business. Any good siege tactician will tell you don't want places for your opponents to hide as they attack your fortification. So a lot of these buildings were actually torn down to make clear fields of fire and have not yet been rebuilt in a particularly large way. So the outside areas of Alderheart are pretty much clear. So walking in, there you would see several guards, but with a combination of extremely good disguises, and Pass Without Trace would probably look a little different this time around. I'm imagining it's more just sort of a blurring. Would that work for you, Brendan?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's just like us being kind of like the Harry Potter approach to muggles with magic, of just like people being inclined to look over us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd say so.
You just kind of like they
Your eyes
look
are
at you, but they're not looking at you.
Yeah,
They're just kind of.
yeah.
Oh.
Between all of that, I won't even make anyone roll for it. I had thought to have someone in chat roll, but I just don't think anyone would see you. This is done really, really well. So, how are you planning to get into your super secret hideout? And yeah, sorry, Brendan.
I was just going to say, with this cult necklace I have, it's like under robes. I'm wearing my normal stuff.
Yeah.
It's just, I have it as like,
It's ready to pull out
badge.
if necessary. Yeah. Cool. Awesome. So, yeah, first port of call is your new super secret hideout. Yes?
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. Which entrance do you plan to enter through?
Which one would be in the least kind of populated kind of area?
Probably the one Forks told you about.
And we should probably aim for that one.
Because
Is
Kesh
that
doesn't
the-
look like Kesh. So getting in through the Wildwood Brigade, which is, not the easiest, like it's in the basement of the headquarters of the Wildwood Brigade.
Yeah.
You have to go through a couple of security checkpoints. You only got in there that easy because Kesh was like, everybody out.
Yeah. So we kind of want to avoid the Wildwood Brigade until I've done the other stuff and can go back to looking like me.
I believe Trish did tell you that she went in there as well, but did not mention how she got there. Because there
we
is
have
another
Fawkes' way
entrance,
in.
but you do have Fawkes' way in. That is the warehouse.
Cool.
So that's where you go.
Let's go that way.
I guess
Okay.
we're going
You
into
head
a
up
warehouse.
to the warehouse. Now, this I have described before. The warehouse is in the docks of the Alderheart. Once you get within the sort of the major area, the areas of the tree, the first. Once you're through the gates, there is very little scrutiny to be expected, and moving around the city is not a big thing. You travel up to the docks using the interior walkways, and there is lifting platforms and so forth, like elevators sort of thing, to move people around. But the docks, at this time of day, it is sort of quite late in the evening. A Hiscalia is in.
Ooh.
He says, putting that out there, just, oh god, here we go.
Question: is it a Hiscalia that belongs to the Silverleaf
It
family?
is Silverlee, not Silverleaf. It's been
Oh, I
said
do
several
apologize.
times.
Silverlee.
There's no F on the end, but otherwise it's that. Yes, it
I
is.
wrote it down as Leaf.
Yeah.
My own little dramatic interpretation.
Yeah, it actually, I mean, you would have to go, you don't know that, but if you went over and had a look, you would be able to see the Silverlee crest on the prow of the little, of the gondola underneath the creature. It is at dock, and as you approach it, it sort of moans quietly, sort of, "Ooh." Think for the uninitiated, Hiscalia is think most of a like a brachiosaurus or a large long sauropod dinosaur. So big long neck, front and back, but no legs. It's just this large floating whale. And it...
I imagine it as a helium whale.
Yeah, helium whale is pretty good accurate representation. The tail has a massive fluke on it for, like, pushing it through the air, but these things normally just drift slowly through the clouds. And some enterprising folk lure it through the clouds with some algae on a stick, essentially, to guide it where to go. They are extremely tame. They are also, Eric would know, quite clever. It's not super well known, but yeah, they are not stupid. They're not people smart, but they are, like, smarter than your average dog. They aren't, yeah, they are, intelligence 7 or 8 sort of creatures.
They can be taught.
Very much so. Simple conversations. It's finding a language they talk. But yeah, Fawkes had an interaction with one. And actually gained charisma from it. Yeah. But yeah, you don't know that, obviously. But yeah, these are, and it is sort of, they float. They're large gas bags, basically. And yeah, they've got small gondolas. The crews of these things, no more than sort of 10 people can be easily carried in one of these. They are not for carrying large, bulky objects. It's small luxury goods. It's in a dock, and I imagine they're still relatively, they haven't frequented the wood in a while, because of their gas, and there's been problems with fire in the Humblewood of late. So, I reckon probably Julio's seen a few in his life. Bennick, maybe. They would be more common outside of the wood, but Bennick's been in the wood for a while now.
And Kesh has definitely seen one because she had to stop some maniacs from trying to steal one.
From trying to steal Jude's brother's one. That one, he doesn't fly for the Silverleaves as well, worthy to note. He is not an employee of them. You notice this, you check that out, you find that's interesting, and then you head to the warehouse that you were told about. So this warehouse is, you were told that it was guarded, and Kiara confirmed to Julio that this one was guarded, not by the Fifth Alley crew. The breakers were...
Hold on. I thought that's their headquarters.
No.
No, it's a warehouse.
It's a warehouse.
The Silverly warehouse.
Yeah, the Silverly warehouse.
And is the Silverly warehouse how we get to the temple in the branch?
It's one of the ways in, yeah.
Right.
I see.
It's what Fox used originally, if I remember
Fox
correctly.
told you how, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
There is a main door. There is also a loading dock. There is also a skylight, which Fawkes would have told you that was his way in. The front door was guarded. The skylight was also guarded, but only by a single person. There were several guards. However, as you approach, can you make me perception checks, please?
Perception!
How perceptive are we feeling today?
Yes. I'm just enamored at the Hiscalia.
15
Nice.
perception.
That's the best we could do. Wow.
It
With
is
my
the best
with
you
my
can do.
+7, I got a 9.
Nice.
Ooh, 9.
Kesh,
Stop it.
you can all see this, there is no guards outside this warehouse. Now, warehouses in this district aren't normally guarded. And, it's not oddly suspicious in this regard. However, you know that it used to be. Fawkes did tell you that it was guarded both obviously and not so obviously. There were guards hanging out outside the front door. There was also a few others that were just sort of hanging around. And there don't appear to be any. There was also one quietly on the roof. You cannot also see that person either.
Guys, I can't see any guards. But honestly, that makes me feel more concerned rather than less.
Suspicious.
Unless
Yes.
they've moved whatever there was in there that they were trying to guard. But
Well,
I
even
mean,
then-
I didn't realize that our only accessible entrance to our secret hideout was through an enemy hideout.
Well, it's not. We can go
Yes,
in and out
everyone's
through the Wildwood
popular.
Brigade, or we can go out through here. And there must be other ways in and out. This is just our way in for now.
Yeah. Well,
Should we kind of like circle it, subtle like?
Well, maybe.
We've been raided. Raging Rolls, thank you very much for the raid. Sheriff Dan and Drenix, thank you very much for the raid, everybody. Guys, throw your favorite raid emotes up in chat. Raging Rolls, what were you guys doing? Let's have a shout out, exclamation mark, shout out at Raging Rolls. Good on you guys. They were playing D&D by the looks of it.
Excellent. Good choice. Solid.
How was your game? Please tell us about it. We are playing some Humblewood. Joyless Pleasure. That's an interesting name. Thank you very much for joining us. Androdix, thank you for the follow.
Oh, it's so spooky.
As well, you bloody champion. Yeah.
Look, guys, because it's October now.
Oh, hey,
Spooky
Troll Lord
season.
Games.
Spooky.
Good to see you there as well. Yeah, we are playing some Humblewood. The gang is revisiting a place that we have seen in the world, but this gang has not. The entrance to a super secret enemy hideout that you guys planned, or that the gang plans to make their own, because they happen to know that someone set it on fire recently, so it's probably not occupied anymore. So, yeah, what's the thinking, guys?
I feel like we need to kind of go around the outside and see if we can just observe from alternative angles.
Sure. Another thing we need to keep in mind is maybe the reason it's unguarded is because they moved everything down to the root system. So let's check it out. And I understand Eric's, worry that we're kind of getting into our hideout through the enemy's hideout, which is, a little risky. But if they are gone, that's good.
Yeah, if they're gone, we're sweet.
Okay.
Alright. What else do you know of the warehouse? Is it like magically trapped?
He did mention that there was potentially a magic trap, but he did also tell you how to deactivate it.
He gave us the lowdown.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
How would you enter? Would you go to the front door, or would you be looking to go in via the roof?
I want to go for a little walk around first, casual like.
The back wall is pressed up against the actual bark of the main bark of the tree. So the docks are not in the very upper branches, but quite high up the tree, and you're on one of the major branches off the tree. It's pressed up against the main edge, so you can do a sort of a U-shaped around it. You cannot do a full 360 around it. But the loading docks are on one side, and then the main entrance is on the front. You would also be aware that there was a couple of offices and storage rooms, as well as the main storage area within this warehouse, which is accessible from the loading dock. However, the way down into the tree itself is, into the sort of the passages, is through that loading dock.
Right. How exposed is the loading dock?
It's the most... it's only visible from one side, obviously, because the building itself shields it. So, I suppose the trick is 4 randoms going and entering through a loading dock is a little bit more suspicious than 4 randoms going and entering through a front door. To anybody around. However, with your 15, there wasn't very many people around.
Listen, let me make use of this cloak that I have and have hardly used.
Sure.
And I'll go in through the loading dock and I'll scope out and see if there's anyone waiting for us. How does that sound?
If you're happy to do that, let's do it.
If you've still got Pass Without Trace on, so your presence here is just not suspicious. People wouldn't even be noticing you if you were here. If they were here, rather. But yeah, go invisible, check it out.
Okay.
So, Eric goes invisible.
I'll send out Hope to poke her head out to let you know if the ghost is clear.
Alright.
Eric, the loading dock is locked.
Sorry.
Do you have a
See the
cloak?
door jiggle.
Do you have a cloak that makes you a rogue? Another one?
Can I climb? Can I climb onto the roof?
Yeah,
Okay.
you can.
I do that.
I have
And I
thieves'
look-
tools.
You could.
And I look for this sunroof.
Can you make me an acrobatics to get up onto the roof?
Sure.
Yeah.
Ah, 16.
Not a problem. Yeah. Even invisible, you manage to scramble up onto the roof relatively elegantly. You find the skylight. It's basically, there's a window in the ceiling. It looks down into a dingy hallway. It's not lit by anything, but yeah, you can open that. It's not locked. And drop down if you wanted to. You can make perception checks.
I glide down.
Sure. The drop is only about
I probably should make a
15 feet.
perception check first.
Yeah, sure. Go for it.
Yes, just jump into the thing without checking.
Lasers.
That's yeah.
There you go. He's back
A
on.
laser net slices him in half, and Brendan has to make a new character.
I wouldn't be that silly. I just redid all the character portraits for all of the character cards. I'm not going to
Hey,
waste
no
that amount of time.
TPK for at least a few weeks, guys.
We have
Woohoo!
no
armor.
Yay!
We have plot armor.
I mean,
I
depends
did
how
notice that
stupid
Eric's
you are.
surname has changed. I do
You're
appreciate
welcome.
that.
Yeah. I've leveled you all up with them as well, because Serum did the old ones, and these are me. I did these.
Nice.
Ooh.
Yeah, and it took a surprisingly long time to make them fit properly. You cannot hear a gosh darn thing down there. It sounds like it's abandoned. You also you've got dusk. You've got no, you don't have dark vision, do you?
No.
It just feels like you should. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Cool. It's not particularly dark. It is coming up on dusk now. So I would say Pass Without Trace is still up, but yeah, it takes a best part of half an hour to get from one side of the city to the other on foot, even though it is an upward travel.
I thought you were going to say it takes me half an hour to climb up onto the roof.
No, just
Everyone's just like...
from when you cast Pass Without Trace
Did
to
he
now.
die?
Is he dead? Should we worry?
You go in and you find yourself in a passageway. The passageway is L-shaped. There is, from memory, 2 doors at one end, which is, you would know at least one of them leads back to the main entrance. Then there are 2 on your side, on the right-hand side of the corridor, and 1 on the left-hand side of the corridor, which would head towards the loading dock.
Okay. I mean, the loading dock, you said, isn't probably less conspicuous than just the front door.
No.
So, what I will do is I will send Hope out. Just have a bit of an explore. I'm sure if someone spots you, then we'll know. You go that way, I'll go this way.
See a small flaming bird flying around.
So, Hope shoots out, and everyone's like, cool. How does Hope communicate at all, or are you messaging people? Or?
They're still in the building, right? You're just like covering more ground, is what you're
Yeah,
doing?
yeah. Still in the building.
Okay, so you and Hope go different directions?
Yes.
Cool.
Just
Where
we
the
want
doors
to
are all
make sure that
closed.
this place is definitely abandoned before
Okay.
we...
Yeah, the doors are all closed. But yeah, which doors would you go through?
Everyone on the way to the front door.
Okay. Well,
Just to like check.
sure. So you would check the front 2 would lead into, there is an entryway, which is, dusty, like a waiting room a little bit. And then, you can see into an office. There is a small glass window, obviously, looking into a small office. There is a door into that office from the waiting room. There is also, however, a door into the same office from the hallway as well. The office has, a filing cabinet, some a potted plant that has died, a desk, a reasonably comfortable looking chair. The waiting room is a pair of wooden chairs and another dead plant. A small table with an old copy of the Alderheart Gazette on it, and the front door, which is also locked.
Yeah. And you said it was pretty dusty, so all signs point to this place having been abandoned for a
You
while.
can make a survival check if you like.
Sure.
Big money.
Ha!
Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you would guess.
Yep.
Cool.
Okay. I'm going to unlock the front door from inside and get Hope to poke her little beak out.
Sure.
Yeah.
The door slightly opens and the head of a phoenix sticks out.
Right.
Easily the most suspicious thing.
It's just
but
a
you
little
guys-
yellow beak.
Yeah, okay. You guys see the head of a phoenix stick out, and yeah.
Yeah, and I'll be like, all right, that's our cue. Let's go. And just
And-
super cash, like I'm meant to be there. Just wander over.
You get there. And you can. Would you be stealthing, or are you just trying to walk as nondescriptly as possible?
Basically, so if anyone sees me, I look like I'm not doing anything I'm not supposed to be doing.
I will
Essentially, she's
allow-
whistling.
I will allow performance or stealth. Pick. Because you've been waiting for for Eric.
Dirty 20!
I am being
Dirty 20
Nice.
from Cash.
fuck.
Does
so
pass
obvious,
without
I'm very
trace
pretty.
apply or no?
It would on stealth checks. No,
I did.
I wouldn't say it would actually. I'll allow it.
Don't we have to be in proximity?
No.
Okay.
Do you? I thought you just
when I
cast
cast
it on a
it.
certain. Yeah, you just need to be near him when he
All
does
right.
it.
I rolled shit, but with a +10, it's 22. So
It's
that's
okay.
good.
I also
Yeah.
rolled like garbage, but I don't have +10, so it's
Yeah.
garbage.
No, you do.
You do.
Yeah, with
You do.
the
18.
18.
yeah.
An 18 and a 22 and a 30. Yeah. Mechanically, like, technically speaking, you would have... This is the trick. So, yeah, the way and the flavor of Eric's casting of Pass Without Trace, definitely this is why it works. Is you guys have all just been sitting there minding your own business. A relatively unusual assortment of people. Just...
I'm
for a
pretty.
dock area is the
Hey,
trick.
just three ladies just
Just
chilling.
three ladies just chilling out. Like Freddie
Nothing
Minnelli
very
came down here for no apparent reason to sing for no apparent reason, and everyone was like, "This is fine, cool." So yeah, that you do that, and it doesn't raise any suspicions as far as you can tell. You head inside, and presumably, you meet up with Eric.
Cool. I would like to do my own kind of, is there any traps in here?
Yeah.
Sort of check.
What
Perception?
perception, investigation, or survival, if you like.
Did they leave a present? Okay.
23 perception check
Nice.
to kind of spot
Nice.
any traps they've left behind for
In
suspicious-
in the entrance
visitors.
room, no. They locked the door. Actually, tell you what. Yes, there was. Kesh, you notice on the door, someone has licked a hair and put it across the door. It's really hard to spot. But basically, if the door gets opened, the hair will come off. And it has fallen to the floor. It's not a hair, it's part of a feather. It's like you know feathers are loads and loads of little hair-like
Yeah.
things. It's one bit of a feather. Very narrow, very thin, and you lick it and then press it up against the join, and it'll just stay there. The saliva will be enough to stick it. And this has been disturbed.
Cool. Is there any way for me to?
You could put it back.
Yeah, I would like.
Don't
I would,
lick it though. Germs.
It has, however, fallen to the dusty floor, which has clearly been well travelled. It has, it looks like this has been used a lot as a throughway recently. The dust was quite thick, and in this area, less so.
Right. So someone did a whole lot of back and forth here and then stuck that on the door on their way out to make sure that if they could catch anybody.
Yeah.
But didn't catch me.
Basically just tried...
Cash's hair to reflexes are excellent.
Very well. So Cash reattaches the little bit of feather.
Yeah. And I'll show the others what I'm doing. And I'm like, if any of us go in or out of this door, we've got to stick this bad boy back up.
Is it inside?
Yeah, it's on the inside.
How would we leave and put that back on? I'm just curious.
Well, we'd have to leave via the other way.
Yeah, it's through the sunroof. Last
Yes,
person.
someone either has to climb out the
mean-
roof or go out through the loop.
That implies that people are still using this as a front.
Not super recently, though. But we should probably still tread carefully
Yeah, they
until
could've-
we're...
Well, if it's connected to other places, they could have exited a different way.
It's possible they locked it and then retreated, from the inside.
As they like move stuff, but yeah, they should keep an eye out still.
I do think that we should look for an alternative point of access.
Oh, absolutely. Like, if we can avoid coming and going through here, I think that's for the best.
Yeah.
Cool. You go now to presumably the large area, because that's where Forks told you to go,
Yes.
to find a point of entrance. Yeah. And, yeah. This is a large room, about 80 feet long and 50 wide. It takes up about 2/3 of the floor area of the building. And painted on the wall is this huge serpentine form, this red creature. Dragons aren't a thing in this world, but it's a dragon. Bennick would recognize it as a dragon. It looks not unlike Pia. Slightly longer, thinner, more sinuous, a Chinese style. The long form. How does that? Doesn't actually have wings, but it is still clearly flying. And its mouth is the door. It's got its mouth opened and roaring, and you came in through its mouth, through the doorway. Its eyes are red and green, one red, one green, and it is above the door.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. And Forks told you you've got to be careful with it, because if you press the wrong buttons, you can activate it. They determined that this painting comes to life. But they never actually fought it because they figured out the trap. It is, however, a known trap, which is why I'm telling you about it. The far end of the room is a massive pile of crates and stuff. It is mostly all packed up, and Forks did tell you about that as well. He said that when a button is pressed, a portion of it just hinges back, and it's a secret door.
And that's where we're heading, right?
Yes, absolutely. There is a weapon rack on one wall, which is, I believe it was a weapon rack, something on one wall, which had a series of gemstones set into it, red and green ones. And you had to press the correct sequence of them, which he would have told you.
Cool.
Which you do, the thing hinges back, except it doesn't. You hear the mechanism click, and the hinge simply fails to work.
Those motherfuckers. They broke the door on the way out.
Yeah.
Could this be something, an after effect of the temple being burnt? Like, could we just force this door open?
You can try.
Question: would I be able to try and use thieves' tools to maybe pick a hinge out to make this, not loud?
Okay. Julio, you can make a sleight of hand check to try and see if you can figure out what they've done to the mechanism to break it.
Okay. Let's try it. Let's try it. I kind of look it
Yeah.
over. Oh, my rolls. My rolls,
Oof.
dang. Yeah. It's a big 10.
A big 10. Oh, it's not coming up for me.
I
It's
see
so-
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
weird. Never mind. Cool. I'm just going to refresh my
Yeah. This
internet
is
is
where I
being
use
a
the
bit
dimension.
slow.
Fuck this.
Oh, actually.
I mean,
I have to save for Riffin.
Wait, would mending work on a broken door?
it's not a broken door. It's
other side,
they have
right?
deliberately broken the
sabotaged.
mechanism. Yeah. Oh, there you go. That's why the connection just don't work.
Right.
At least I'm streaming. Although am
I'm
I?
going to take a look around for a crowbar or something to wedge this baby
Just
open.
jimmy it open.
So the big trick is this is a door the same size as a wall. It is the it's if you wanted to try and get through the crates are the wall, and they are sloped. You can climb them, so you could guess maybe that the back level of the top level of the crates would be a thinner part of the wall if you wanted to try and break through it. But actually, like crowbarring it is a huge amount of crates shifts. It's like they're all stuck together, and it looks like were they full, it would weigh several tons. This huge amount of crates just shifts.
Frankly, if they're going to sabotage it, all they have to do is unhook the counterweight. Then it's just too heavy.
That's pretty much what they have done, Kesh. Yeah.
So we've come all this way to not be able to get into our super secret hideout through this
Well,
entrance.
Eric, you did talk to Alderheart before. Can you just ask where the nearest entrance is?
Yes, I can. It's probably something best done outside.
Question, like, are these like... I don't want to word this. So all the boxes and stuff that are like stacked up against the secret door, are they like could we move the boxes?
No, they're attached to each other. They're fake.
Right. That's, yeah, cool.
But they are still wooden boxes. You could break through them.
That's what I was thinking. If we kind of like strategically pick a box and pry off some wooden panels, we might be able to...
Yeah?
Cool.
You
try it.
you can make a survival check, possibly, to figure out which one would be the best one to go for, Kesh.
I would like to help with that.
Sure.
26 without Brendan's
26.
help.
There you go. Well,
Wow.
then Brenda,
What a
then
flex.
Eric
Fuck
can
me, I
help
guess.
Yeah.
get through it
Yeah,
with
probably.
his crowbar.
Yep.
Yeah, Cash, you figure the top ones would be the best ones to just sort of break your way through. And if you did it in such a way that you left it so that you could reconstruct them on your
Yeah,
way
basically I
through,
want to kind of be able to pull it behind me, so...
it looks like with that survival check, your guess is they are wanting to close off the entrance to that place so that no one can get through here anymore, them included. So that they can still use this place, because it is still a usable warehouse for the people who own it.
Yeah. It serves its original purpose still.
Yeah.
They just don't want, cultists sneaking through the back way.
It's really just, they don't want... They're just wanting to lock off this place that they no longer use. Would be your guess as to why this was done. So, yeah, you and Eric, you can go and make a... I reckon it's athletics to just break your way in and do it in such a way that you can put it back together afterwards so that it's not obvious that you've done it.
Well, I will need your help with Eric, because I have a -2 for athletics. So
Well, do you want to help me? I have a +3.
I would love to help you, Eric.
Go on then. Eric makes it with advantage.
I find the spot, and then I'm like, you, muscle man.
Me?
Look, 22.
That's a 19. 22.
For 22, pretty good. Yeah, Eric, a couple of minutes of oomph. You and Kesh managed to break apart one of the boxes at the top, and through a small gap, you can see a... basically, it's about 10 foot wide. This has created a false wall, and behind is the true wall of the room. There is a door in it, in that... that heads into the bark of the tree. This wall is adjacent to the bark of the tree itself, and there is a door that heads into the wood of the Alderheart.
Yes.
Okay, we did it. Let's. Oh, I'm visible, by the way. Whoop.
Yeah.
Okay.
Climb up, folks. We're in.
Cool.
A
And,
dramatic
voice, we're
theme
in.
music plays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and as you do that, you replace you rebuild the crate you broke in through, like on your way back in. So leaving it. So yeah, can I get a
Who
sleight
can
of-
mend? Someone mend
I
this
can
behind
mend.
us.
Yeah, actually, if Bannock does it, it's just straight up mending, and you don't need to roll for it.
Well,
Yeah. I love that, yeah. Yeah, how do you do this? Because it's wood, but can
it's
you
magic.
describe it?
It's just
Yeah.
like a laser beam, but where it would be like would leave a burn mark. It's just like fixed as like the light fades
Love it. Yeah.
from where it like traces.
And sort of, I'm imagining it like this beam, the reality sort of cracks a little bit around it, like broken
Yeah.
glass, and then when it slowly fades, it's repaired.
Yeah.
Cool. Love it. All right. Yeah, you get to this door. The door is not locked.
Can I just... I want to, like, listen for a sec.
Please do. Perception check.
Just in case the sound... I don't know who I trust less, Josh or the cult.
Oh, definitely me.
Why not trust both?
Why trust either? Yeah.
That's an 11.
Sounds super
Ooh.
groovy inside. You can't hear anything. Doesn't, as in, you hear, there is like the sound of, like, it's an empty corridor with nothing in it doesn't sound like anything. But yeah, you feel like you would be able to hear something on the other side of the door if there was something to hear.
If there was something.
I-
Yes.
So you've been through here before?
No.
Oh, all right. I'm gonna hard cast because
Sure.
we don't fucking know. Time's of the essence. I'm just gonna cast detect magic at first 10 minutes, just so
Sure.
we have an eye out for stuff.
Cool. Your detect magic sense immediately goes off. There is some heavy duty magic in the room you just were in. That whole, and yeah, you would guess
The
that it's
dragon
the
thing?
dragon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was really upset that no one's ever fought my illusion dragon.
Sorry for.
well,
We
We know
could have.
it's
You
cool.
didn't have to tell us about the trap.
Didn't,
Yeah,
but
we could have.
I'd have to go digging through my notes to find it. And also,
We're
yeah,
sure it would be very cool.
it was
Yes.
very cool. Thank you,
Yeah.
Daria.
Yes.
Cool. You cannot detect any magic. What's the range on it?
30 feet.
Yeah, you definitely can't detect any magic on the far side of the door.
All right.
Cool.
Cool.
I don't say anything until there's something amiss.
Noted.
Cool. I'm gonna carefully open the door.
What does it look like anything when you cast detect magic, or you just sort of focus and then boom, you get this sort of sonar?
Yeah, I have like his eyes just like, or there's like an extra layer of like it's like contact lenses if they weren't on his eyes.
Yeah.
It's just like a bit forward. Floating glasses.
Love it.
Specs.
Cool. Yeah.
Bannock
The-
immediately looks more intelligent.
Yeah.
How rude.
And attractive. Even more.
Ma.
All the best people wear glasses.
Yeah.
Wow.
I stopped wearing mine because they were actually making it worse.
Well, that can happen.
Yeah. So
You know what? I don't wear glasses when I'm out and about, and everyone looks so beautiful. You guys have no idea.
Like,
everyone
if I
else
want
on
to
the
go
street,
home with a
like,
really
damn.
sexy person, I just have to take my glasses off.
Yeah,
Who
like
needs
perfect
to be
skin, beautiful blurry face. Mwah.
It's like
Okay.
that Instagram filter where it just makes everything slightly fuzzy.
All right. Yeah, you head on down. The passageway leads down about. I think it was about 150 feet. Turns a couple of times. Eric, you particularly are aware you are in physical contact with the Alderheart tree. Bennick, you do get some light, low-level magic just off that. The nature of the tree itself is vaguely magical.
That's not weird.
It's just
I feel
a
like I would
particularly
know that.
Yeah, it's just a particularly big amount of life magic. It just is. And you then come to a door. The passageway, yeah, it snakes around a little bit. It would seem, Eric, to be following the path of least resistance within the wood. Like, it follows the grain quite nicely. And it... Clearly, the person who made it did their level best to stay in the bark as much as they could rather than getting to the actual wood of the tree. But after a while, it became necessary to get to the actual wood. And yeah, you get to a door. It's closed but not locked.
I'm gonna have another cheeky little listen at the door.
Sneaky listen.
Me too.
Yeah. Or one of you with advantage.
I've got a +7. How are you?
I think you
Me
both
too.
do.
You
Yeah.
do it.
Well, let's just both roll and see who wins.
Yeah, go on then.
Okay.
Damn. I'm just.
That's
focused
functionally
on
the same
any-
thing. Yeah.
13.
Eric. Oh,
11.
It's Cash.
Yay!
Oh,
Rough.
plot twist.
Eric's ears are like blocked today. Yeah, again, you cannot hear anything on the far side. It doesn't sound like a big room though.
Cool. I guess we're going in.
Unless, guess you are.
Let's do it.
This is a room you recognize. This is the office Fawkes showed you.
We
This
haven't
is-
actually. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the you never went further than this, but he did tell you to expect this. This is as far as he got in his travels down here. There is, however, a door on the far side. You, I believe, already did have a look around here. This is where you found the burnt bit of paper that said, "Don't you threaten me, Larry," or some words to
Who
that
could
effect.
be talking about?
Yeah.
Larrowed, the big
Yeah.
bad Larrowed.
In Scops' handwriting.
Yeah.
What do you do?
I guess we're gonna find the other the back way out.
I mean, there is another door in here. You are now, at this point, know where you're going. Because you've been to this room from another direction. You came up to it from the church.
Yes.
Let's. The church that has supposedly been burnt down, that's where we were thinking of holing up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's secure that first.
Yeah.
And then.
So-
And find another way out.
So are you going to search this room at all, or do that later?
I will glance at the desk on my way through to see if anything looks different since
Sure.
the last time.
Eric, make me an investigation, and anybody else who would like to make a survival is welcome to. So survivals or investigations all round.
Can I help Eric with investigation?
Sure.
I got an 11 on a survival check. I'm doing
Sure.
great tonight.
Okay.
Fab. I also run like dog.
Thank you for the
Nice.
advantage. I got
Nice.
20 on my investigation.
Eric,
Very nice.
Cash, your
I'll check the
vibe.
desk and I'll check the bin.
Cash and Bennick, your vibe is that this place was abandoned, not in a hurry, but was abandoned.
There's no spooky
Eric-
magic shit.
There was a few bits and pieces here that were like this was in use before. There was a day planner, like a 7-day. There was not a whiteboard, but there was like a noteboards of who's doing what on what day. None of it really meant anything. That is gone. that has been taken down. There was papers and stuff in the drawers. The drawers of the desk have been emptied. The desk is still there, but the drawers are empty of stuff. There's there isn't even like paper clips anymore. It has been all taken.
Did we check the day planner? Did it just have like Larimar, Beta, Hume?
That's it.
Evil meeting at
Yeah,
5.
exactly. No, it did not. It was
Like
it
coded
was,
and
it not exactly coded, but yeah, the meaning of it was not easy to determine for you. Either using initials or there was definitely it was
just a bunch of dick pics instead of names.
The identifying words, the identifying names that they were using were not people's names.
Yeah.
Though, and at the time you didn't know the name Fell.
Yeah.
But,
Hmm.
you
Bell,
this is the
Chop,
thing. At the
Lock.
time, you didn't know any names.
Yeah.
No. They
So
did not.
you can, I will allow if you want, make a retroactive, like thinking back on it, history check.
Yeah. Okay.
Definitely.
Hey, that's a natural 20, baby.
Well, I got a
Nice.
5,
smart.
so it's all on you, man.
Eric, seeing the space where it was, you do recall the name Hume being on it, and the name Fell being on it.
This used to be one of the central offices for the cult. Like, not just Larimar's, this was like one of the hubs of activity, I believe.
Interesting. All right.
Not that
How
that really
abandoned-
helps us now.
How abandoned does it all look? Like it seems
Very.
like they haven't been there for a long time. Yeah.
There was some files that had like papers in that you didn't have a very thorough search last time you were here. You did find some interesting stuff, but it was all clearly left. I would say Fell's name was on it, Hume's was not. Because they were very deliberately not using people's actual names. There was not any identifying marks of anything. This place was used a lot, but nothing was left here to be evidence. You know, they were very careful about that.
Yeah. Well,
They
And
were trying to,
relatively-
you could say, pass without trace.
that's the thing that I
They
do.
were aware that forces were opposed to them, and that Bennick, you get a residual feeling of a spell has been used to cleanse this place. Just sort of almost a pass without trace, but for like removing any traces of magical activity from a room.
Oh.
Like a weird purification spell, and you get that it's sort of religious in nature.
That is
It's
Saying
spraying
it's-
Dettol all over the room.
A little bit, like the religious equivalent of spraying Dettol. Yeah. Of wiping down for Prince, essentially. GM's Workshop is here. Hey, GM's Workshop, how are you, buddy?
The best player is the dog. Oh,
Yeah.
Siri.
Oh, that's
Nice.
all.
Siri gets inspiration.
Understandable.
GM
Have a nice
Workshop.
day.
GM Workshop, Josh.
Yeah.
Those are interesting things. Do you continue on down?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I
To the
told people
church.
About that.
Go
like,
to the
Take
church.
us to
church.
church.
You do that.
Very sus.
Take me to Evil Church was the episode where they did that. And you go down. You find yourselves in that cloakroom that you were in before. However, shortly before you get there, you find the first evidence of burninating. The corridor is scorched. Not too badly, Eric. And yeah. I presume you keep on going. The corridor itself escaped the worst of it, but the door at the end is badly charred. It's still a functional door, but it was clearly on fire, and someone put it out. But
Does it
yeah,
seem like does it seem like fire was like fireball, or someone just like with a torch was like, this is where I start fire? Like, does it seem like it was after
Natural
magical
or
struggle?
magical?
Yeah, or natural.
The the fire was lit magically, but it burned in a non-magical way. Like the place, a single fire was lit that spread. And what you can see currently is, the fire had spread to this area. The fire was lit in the fane itself, which is 2 rooms away.
So this part would have been burnt just because there was a fire spreading, not because it had been blasted with magical fire.
Exactly.
To be clear. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Bennett, you are starting to get that sense of, you can feel, again, residual, this time very much fire magic. And Bennett is very familiar with that kind of magic.
Same. I am
True.
not going to be waiting for Kesh to take the lead at this point. If Kesh goes, then great, and if Kesh stops, I'm going to walk past her and keep moving towards this burnt church.
Sure. So,
I'm not rushing, I'm cautious, but I'm not stopping.
Is Hope out?
We pulled her out to let these guys know, so I don't see any reason why I would have put her back.
Sure.
On my shoulder, probably.
Cool. Love it. You head through the door. The door basically collapses as you push it open. It falls off its one remaining good hinge and collapses into the room. The room you find is very badly burnt. It is destroyed. Anything in here that was in any way flammable is gone now. It is noteworthy that you did see a couple of staves of religious symbols. They are gone. They are missing.
Right.
And the door through into the fane is also gone. Just burnt out. And in the fane beyond, Eric, you would be the first to see. You can see a figure.
Are they moving?
They are crouched in the ashes. The fane is just full of fire. Oh, sorry, full of ash. It was clearly burnt out. It's not. It is. The fire is ended. The fire is over. The
And
fire is
we're
done.
still hidden.
They haven't noticed us?
They do not appear to have you. I'm not saying you're moving particularly loudly. Pass Without Trace is still up. It's probably nearing its end, but it is still up.
Are they in a cloak?
Their
we see
back
any
is to
details?
you, and make perception checks.
Oh, let's do it again.
Yeah.
is
I'm
this Jimmy
gonna
Beck?
stop at the front of the pack and put my hand up and observe.
Dirty 20!
Yay!
Yay! Rolled something better.
It's good.
It's nice. Feels good.
Cash, it's a tender. Eric.
Ziploc thickens.
It's Havel.
Dun dun dun!
We have to have also jumped into conclusions. I think it's okay.
Well, yeah, let's not kill Havel.
Are you wanting to stop here, or is there still?
I had thought I would just want to see
Like
how
for
you
hanger
react to that.
I have been. I didn't say it, but I have been keeping one ear tuned to the Alderheart. Not that that particularly means anything, but do I? Obviously, this temple within the Alderheart has been burned. Does the Alderheart seem like it's in pain? Does that seem like something that another tender would kind of be intuitive about?
In this place, your connection to the Alderheart is pretty much zero. You are standing on dead, burnt bark. Well, tree as well. This isn't even the bark. This is actually in the wood. So in this particular place, you're on your way down, the Alderheart feels largely healthy at that cusp. Can you make me a medicine, religion? One of
Which
those. Which you fancy? Whichever you're better at.
Medicine. Then.
Nature is another option.
Nature. I'll take nature.
Okay. I think nature is probably the best anyway.
And I'm gonna burn. No, I'm not. Yep. Okay. Great. 23.
Nice. All right. Yeah. As you could feel it as you were coming down that hallway that was a little bit burnt. You could feel your connection to the great tree fading. You could feel like a residue of pain. It doesn't hurt here anymore, though. But it's definitely something that would have hurt. Hey, Tony. Would have hurt the tree a lot. Like, it's a fairly large building that got burnt. A complex of buildings. Yeah, a significant amount of damage was done. But the tree is no longer in pain from it.
Okay.
And Kesh, I will also say, as you look at this figure, the area around his feet is not ash.
Oh.
I'm going to just gently call out Hubble, and then I'm going to reach down where I'm standing and cast plant growth, and I want to grow this charred part of the Alderheart back, and if I can kind of grow a renewed temple to all of the Amaranthine, if I can make that choice.
Plant growth is it takes a while, doesn't it, to do that effect of it?
I want to cast plant growth. There's an action one, and then there's an 8-hour one.
Yeah, that was the one I meant. Yeah, you do that. And Havel, like, his head snaps around, like he was. Maybe he was a little on edge, and he sees you guys and goes, "Oh, hey, didn't think to see you guys here."
And everything is kind of growing back around me, I say, "We need to talk."
I'll bet.
That's right.
I'm just gonna be out there.
Where do you go, Bennick?
I just kind of do a lap around just to check that they haven't done anything sus.
Sure.
Like as they went back here, but yeah, I try.
Yeah.
With my 9 wisdom, this seems like I should keep them like in private.
Havel says, "Oh, hey Bennick, I came from that direction. Yeah, there's a few ways in here. I didn't see anybody on my way in, but if you wanna, go for it.
Alright.
Like you're thinking, Eric. And yeah, Eric, you put your hand to the tree, and when you take your hand away, there is basically your claw print is healthy. And as you watch, it very slowly starts to, this healthiness starts to spread. And I think we'll leave it there. That seems like a good spot to leave it. Cool. Splendid. Yeah. So there we have it. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for playing. I think we should do our favorite moments. I've even made a few notes for them. I put in 2 bought NPCs, and we didn't get to either of them. But that's okay. They are coming. They are ready. There's one from Chaotic Goblin and one from I See You in Hell.
Oh no!
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh yeah!
Oh yeah!
Quitting just
The NPC just bursts in through the wall.
Yeah.
The
into the
wall that
snitching,
you
brother.
your plant growth like
Yeah.
oh
yeah!
awesome.
I was just fixing
Giant
that.
jug of red liquid bursts through the wall of the Alderheart.
Yeah.
Oh my
So,
god.
let's talk favorite moments, everybody. This is something we like to do. We borrowed it from the Dreaded GM. It's lovely, wholesome, and affirming. Yeah, sorry, Tony. Oh no! Yeah. We've been going for about 3 hours now. So we'll drop it there. But enjoy the VOD, Tony. It's been a good one. So yeah, let's talk favorite moments. We've probably got a few Julio ones, so it'll be an easier place to start.
Yeah.
Or Riska. So let's talk Julio. Favorite Daria moments.
I have mine. Where it's like he's talking about killing. It's like I know I'm very good at it, and I look so
I'm very
sexy
sexy
while I'm
when I'm
doing
doing
it,
it.
but it's not
Yeah.
really my thing.
Yes.
It's a great quote.
Julio had a lot of zingers. I wrote down 2, but I'll start with wouldn't it be cooler if we were called Julio's fancy lads?
Just independent opinion, from someone not involved.
And
Yeah,
to
no
jump off of
bias
that,
towards you at all.
the thing of like, it's Eric's scary. I don't want to say what I want to say. It's
was
fine.
really
I guess
cute.
we're
Yeah.
Ashbourne now.
I'm gonna not mention the first bit again, though. I'm gonna talk about Cash's makeover.
Yes.
The description of Cash's makeover was very, very good. I just wanted to say hello to everybody. Tony, you're very welcome. Thank you for putting up in chat, Tony, as well in the hung, drawn, and quartered that info on Roll20Con. I think that's really cool and a really awesome cause for Ukraine support as well. We mentioned it earlier. Daria, favorite self moment?
For itself, I just, Julio being trustworthy for rogues all over to come back and tell information. I like that he's, he's kind of cringe and and very egotistical, but he's also quite a nice person. So I like that.
Yeah. I think you play that really, really well. That you thread that line of, yeah, he is egotistical as hell, but he's also a really nice person, and yeah, really wholesome in a weird way. Yeah.
It's like,
yeah.
I'll kill you if I ever see you again, but here's a hash brown. Good luck
Yeah.
on your travels.
Please don't ever see you again, because I don't want to have to kill you. I'm very good at it, and I would look sexy while I did it, but
I would look so sexy while murdering you, so, don't make it happen.
Julio, harder and faster switchgear. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I wrote that as well.
Yeah. That's my middle name. Yeah, Daria, that was you handled that whole thing really, really well. Like, hey, here's some deep end for you to be in. Yeah, that was great.
That was fun.
On Little Sleep as well. I appreciate the heck out of that. Cool. Alrighty. Well, there's our favorite Daria moments.
Just speaking of that, I really appreciated Daria's subtle reconnection of Julio to low sleep as well.
Yes, let's
Yeah.
get Julio exhaustion, so the choices all match up.
Synchronized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, let's talk about somebody else then. I think Cash, as always, does an excellent job. So let's talk about Karen.
Sorry, I've got a dog sticking her ass in my face.
Karen, Cash being incredibly quick on the draw to shit on Nils whenever we have the chance. It's just great. As soon as she gets this new bit of information, she's like, okay, how many bruises am I sending to this little bitch?
Am I gonna duct tape him to a chair? What's up?
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, you got on board very quickly with the idea of interrogating him in his office. In fact, you know what I did like actually was Kesh deferring to us about with the order in which that happens, whether and generally asking, look, do you think I should grill him now or do we wait?
I'll let Benna have all the fun.
But that was it was a nice show of deferment from.
She's a good leader. Yeah.
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 She knows how to take into account what other people think. That's great.
Mm-hmm.
I like this is also like an Eric moment, but I found it really cute when after the makeover and Eric went over to talk to Cash And Cash is like, I only really wanted to be like a different kind of map patch. While in the background, Julio's like putting makeup on Betty.
The beak is now red.
Yeah.
Yeah, contouring the heck out of the beak. Yeah.
Yeah. Rouge. Yeah.
Like, we didn't have to go this far, but
Julio seems happy, and that's important to us all. I really liked. I liked Kesh's dealing with the feather detail on the door, and like the logic and the thought process behind it as well was really good. Because Dan stole mine, because I was going to say the chat between Eric and Kesh as well. I thought it was a really sweet little moment. But yeah, finding that and dealing with it and going like, yeah, this is okay. I can do it next time. That was neat. Yeah. Favorite self.
I liked working out how we could get through the door with the mechanism disabled. I felt quite proud of that.
Yes.
As a Karen thing as well. I'm like, no, there's got to be a way to get through here that doesn't involve finding a different way in. Like, they've disabled the door, but that doesn't mean there isn't a way to like, nut this.
And I'm
cookie
really
out.
glad you did, because I was like, there would have been a lot of wasted time if that, like, I wouldn't have just let you come here with no way in. I would have
like,
quietly said, "Don't bother, it's locked."
Like, I was just like, there'll either be a way and Josh will let me find it, or I'm completely screwed.
I did consider that they just grew the door closed, so Eric would have had to grow the door open again.
That
Would have been neat. But yeah, I prefer that. Alrighty, well, that's some lovely Karen moments. And chat, if you have them as well, please let us know. Let's talk about Brendan, shall we? Let's talk about Eric. Some favorite Eric moments, because there were some doozies, particularly towards the end. Some really cool moments there. What do we think?
Oh man, Sassin Greg is so hard.
Oh yeah.
Do you have an idiot cousin I can get drunk? It's like, well, you know,
met
Greeky. I'm like, whoa,
Met my cousin. Oof.
well, harsh. Didn't even hesitate. Straight.
It just
to
seemed like an easy target.
I mean, also, he I liked your reasoning behind it as well. Like, well, you know, you see, he and Trish got on the Trish's laying in on me bandwagon real quick, so fuck that guy.
You come for me, I'll come for you.
Eric was quite cool in the end there, but I actually liked how Eric is like, as an authority of like highest based on your family's wealth, actually. Like, I know much about this one. Let me weigh in. It was cute. Like, he's very self-aware, and I like that.
Come on, it has to be the goddamn plant growth.
Yeah.
It's very cute, and especially the moment of like, it's Havel. What happened? Oh no!
Boom.
Yeah.
Very power play. Like, check this shit out.
Havel is the main tender, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's the guy who said, "Oh, don't go. Your grandma said, you know."
That you are deeply sus on whether or not he's in the cult or not, and you just found him in the cult's temple.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
Healing the tree. That
Fixing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Which you
Yeah.
could do for
Absolved.
either
He'll have
good or
a-
not so good purposes.
Yeah.
Let me call
So
my
sus.
defender friends to be like, is Havel bad?
It's like, yeah, what's our vibe on that? He hugged Trish last time we saw him, or they saw him. My favorite was the theory, was your why, your crazy
Miriam?
wall theory. Why Miriam got kidnapped. I hecking love it. It may well be the reason now. Yeah.
Wow.
We went right
Like,
before we are.
It
now.
sounded very cool. That's
Sick,
true.
very cool idea. I was like, ooh, even I hadn't thought of that. No, it was really, really cool. And it does seem, it was very in character logic as well. It wasn't meta logic, it was Eric logic that just happens to be good logic. I really enjoyed that. That was very, very cool.
What a tangled web we weave.
Yeah.
Yes. Eric was definitely a background player this episode, and everyone's pretty much named all the things that I was proudest of. But I guess I liked just the taking every opportunity I could to get a little quip in. There felt like lots of things I can't remember of, just like building on other people's offers and stuff. And yeah, that brief little conspiracy session with everyone of, hey, everyone except for Julio, you were there. What do you think?
And shitting on Julio's whole existence. Yeah, I remember that.
That's definitely my favorite me moment.
That's what you're proud of. I see.
Yeah.
Nice.
You couldn't go. You had something very important that you had to do.
That you actually did very well. Yeah, we remember.
Yeah, and we didn't say what it was, and everyone knew immediately. Yeah, very
It's
good.
only been 12 episodes since then.
Oh, look, if you want to sit down and unpack it, then with Eric, then that's an episode in itself.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know. We might get into it when we have like our double mission.
you
but,
had-
Oh, yeah.
You know.
Yes.
Oh
The
well.
middle of breaking into
I'll get on the
Larimar's
script.
office and like, oh, by the way. What
Yeah,
the
by
fuck
the
was
We're
way.
gonna
that?
talk about this.
Very excited for that. Cool. Alrighty. Well, we need to talk about Dan then. Favorite Dan moments. I can start. I wrote down. It's not a matter of pride or anything.
Oh, guys, I
God.
just remembered we forgot to call Kral.
Whoops.
Oh, it's still
he's gonna do
on
it
there.
at night.
The day's
He's
not
gonna
over
do it
yet.
before the bed.
Oh, okay.
Just
okay,
in case
okay,
like
'cause-
shit goes down and I'm like, oh god. I
That's
don't have
very
space.
smart.
Burn
That's
the
very
spell
have to
slots
have a-
before you go to sleep.
Yeah, and just in case
Yeah.
you need to have a boss fight with Havel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In case I have to like counterspell Havel's like evil
20th
magic.
level
Evil
druid, yeah.
plant growth.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that actually brings me to what I like about Dan, which is like we all like goof around and shit, but Dan is very like aware of mechanics and what he can use to like be useful to the team, and you're always like on the lookout. Okay, like what spells do I need for this, like what I can do here. I think that's very good, because personally I sometimes forget, like I didn't even take the new proficiency for the new class.
Yeah.
I just don't put that much thought into the effectiveness, but I
Yeah,
like
it's
when there
been
is
noticed.
a player. Wow. Wow, so much
wow.
shade in my general direction today. Way to kick me when I'm down. But yeah, what I mean is when we have a player like this, it's very good.
Yeah, I agree.
Always thinking several steps ahead.
I need more options.
big
Oh,
brain.
yeah.
Mine is a subtle thing which has been picked up in the past, but I appreciate Dan's continued commitment to the gender swap, which was clear to me as soon as we started.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's subtle, and if you hadn't met Bennick before this episode, you wouldn't know. But yeah, I really appreciate that commitment
Yeah.
to how Bennick appears and sounds.
Agree. Karen?
But at the same time, he doesn't do it like in a very tropey kind of way.
No.
Like,
Yeah, no.
Thankfully, Dan doesn't like go, oh, I want to go shopping. Like I would have throttled you through the screen. But yeah.
It would have been very easy to be like, well, hello there. How
Yeah.
are you?"
Yeah. That's my job when I play the female Julio. That's what I do. Don't come for my gig.
No, I won't. I know.
Kind of expanded that. I love how Bennett was like, yeah, I guess you can put makeup on me. That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
Let's lean in.
I
Like,
without
why waste this golden opportunity to be disguised?
that actually reminds me of another favorite Julio.
Yeah, me
Julio's
too.
yeah. The I first started wearing makeup when Raleigh put some on me. I'm just like, I have so many questions about your relationship with Raleigh.
Wait,
I'm like,
come
is
on.
Raleigh
Like
into
I think
that?
this is
No,
it's not. It doesn't have to
No,
be
I
sexual.
don't think it's
Don't like a lot of couples. Yeah, like do no, okay. Well, fine, I guess.
No, go on, finish your sentence. What were you going to do?
No, I think that
feel like
Cash and
dress
Josh
up
have
in
been
each other's
coupling wrong.
clothes?
Yeah, I
Cash
think
and
they
Josh,
didn't
what?
read the like couple guide.
Yeah.
It's like a benchmark. For
Karen,
your-
should you be putting more lipstick on me? Is this the...
I've never put lipstick on you, but I have put makeup on you.
See?
I do
Checkmate.
stage. I put lipstick on myself.
Okay, I think it's all clear that you are hiding some kind of gender identity here. And
Yes, my non-binary ass is hiding my gender identity.
Wow, we're getting so into the weeds. Let's get back on track.
Yes, excellent. Any other favorite Dan moments?
Is it me now? I have immediately lost track who said what.
Yep.
Yeah,
That was
I said
a-
it's not a matter of pride or anything. It was a really little moment. I was like, that's hilarious, and wrote it down. I actually don't even remember exactly the context, but he's just like, it's
It
not
was,
a matter of
was
pride or
Dispel
anything.
Magic.
That's right. Yeah, if a druid could do it and you couldn't, I'd be like, oh no, that's fine. Abjuration wizard here.
It's
Fuck.
like I went to school, specifically took a dispelling major, and then I can't fucking do it. It's not a matter of pride.
it's
No,
very
I'm not
funny
gonna-
because I do have Dispel Magic, which I hadn't thought to use.
Oh no.
I love how I'm like actually in like just a really good bit of like sensible shit. You're just like, oh, detect magic. That would be a good spell to cast right about now. I'm like, yeah, it would.
Yeah,
I should really remember you have that.
yeah.
Yeah, me too.
And it's how they found that dragon the first time. Which
That
is
was my
why-
detect magic.
It was, yeah. When you were
That was
Carolina
basically
Orlov.
all I did that entire one shot was cast detect magic.
You also took out the guy on the roof.
I did.
Yeah, you did like a
Yeah, I
assassinate.
shanked the guy in the roof and I cast detect magic.
Yeah, so you opened the
And
door
then went,
and then
"There's
you
a
made
spell
sure
over
that there
there."
was a non-dangerous way to open the next door. Cool. Dan, favorite self?
I like the welding mending. It's
Yeah.
like
That's a
It's
great
like
word.
a-
Welding mending.
a
Welding
welding mending. Well, it's like it's a reminder for me personally because I'm like, yeah, I have to like be female presenting sounding anyway. Like it's still like Bennick in mannerisms, and his spells don't change what they look like, and it's just like, yeah, it's just a fine handyman with like, let's just put a welding mask on and like magically weld stuff for mending.
Hey, Jack.
What?
Good to see you. Yeah, daylight savings is a thing.
We don't have daylight savings.
Yeah, Jack's just gone an hour later. Yeah, so over east.
I misunderstood. Sorry.
So, yeah, cool. Alrighty, well, we need to go away from here now and raid
Oh
somebody.
no, we have to do our traditional Josh.
Karen,
no,
Karen,
Josh.
Marine Mammal Rescue is streaming. We could raid them.
I'm Dan in the meat space, Daria in the cyberspace.
There you go. Yeah,
Wait.
Look,
Wait,
we will
what-
go
what's
to
the rush?
Marine Mammal Rescue after we do the important stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Happy birthday, Dan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so much. I thought people would forget today.
Imagine every
I had
time
really
we say happy
hoped.
birthday, Dan did age, and it's like a Benjamin Button
No, it's the
tragedy.
reverse. He's actually staying young because of it.
I see.
It's a Dorian Gray situation.
Dan,
there
I
is
have no idea when your actual birthday.
It's in December.
Okay, cool. I'm just like, we've
So it's
joked about
actually
your
soon.
birthday so much. It is just like, it's literally blurred in my head and I cannot remember when the actual
when it'll be.
event is.
It'll arrive.
And you know what's very funny is that my birthday is the soonest to right now. Yeah.
Tomorrow? Imagine it's today.
Ah.
Brennan's like, once here.
Usual.
Are you
No,
the
it's
day
just like-
before or the
it's-
day after me?
Yeah.
I
Day
think
after, isn't it?
I'm the 11th.
Yeah.
Oh yes, sorry,
It's
my
the day
aunt,
before,
sorry,
Karen.
my aunt's the day after.
So Brendan is actually in 5 days.
Yeah.
Oh, October.
Yeah.
5 days.
And Karen is in 6.
Nice.
And it will be
Um,
my aunt's birthday on Thursday.
Yeah. We can have a triple birthday.
Marine people are waiting. Let's throw Josh our
Yes.
plants.
Okay,
Oh.
I want to do the last Josh thing, so you all go.
Ooh.
Ooh, is it a surprise
wow.
birthday thing? My favorite Josh moment is the surprise with Havel.
Well,
It
you
was
took
like-
mine.
Yeah, that's why you shouldn't
You
leave
should have
yourself
gone
in
last.
That's not really my fault. It's initiative.
Yeah.
Please,
Brendan
go
was
ahead.
so like confident. I'm gonna go last. Well, shit.
No one else can say this one.
So
It
unique.
was just, yeah, it was very cinematic in my like headspace, like how we approached that, and then like there's a figure at the end, and then the realization that it's Havel on Eric's
Yeah.
side anyway. We don't know shit. It was just like some random dude, potential cultist, but I loved it.
Oh, but I was fully prepared for it to be like something like super dangerous, and then it's Havel, and I'm like,
We don't know that it's not.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Ooh.
that's
Me being in multiple campaigns, being like, in this, I will have to go.
Yeah, this is the trick, because Helvig knows that they told Havel how to get here.
I was like, I know why he's here. As a
Because we
player.
told him about it.
And, I
And he
have
was
to be
like, because they were
"He's
like, we
evil."
burned it, so you might want to go and make sure the tree doesn't die. And that's
But I
literally.
still
And we
don't know.
we have the audacity to now say, "Why are you here?
What?
We're gonna kill you."
I would have appreciated a memo on that one.
Oh,
I love the
Sorry.
shenanigans
We
of the
didn't know
double
you have a
campaign.
civil war happening.
Yeah.
I
Hey,
thought
Kiara
the
Goblin.
I thought the little feather thing on the door was a cute little idea. Just that they'd done like the idea of like there's no big trap, but there is a tiny one.
Oh, those traps, you just hadn't find them.
Oh. Or set them off.
Thanks.
So
Yeah.
woohoo.
You only went into like half the rooms.
Yay,
Chaotic
I
Goblin,
guess.
make sure you tune in next week because we will have your NPC next week.
Oh my god.
What?
It's okay. Theory right now, while we're on this topic, the NPC is pretending to be Havel who is healing the tree. See,
I'm not
boom.
going to spoil it. I was going to, but I'm not now. Yeah, that.
Conspiracy.
Wow.
Well, okay. For me, the I just really liked talking to Kiara and like her being so very open and blunt about everything because she does give this air of like I'm not gonna be here to deal with the rest of it, so I might as well just tell you and fuck off, and I'm not gonna even think about this shit anymore.
Yeah.
Which I liked it a lot.
Metaphorically throwing a match towards the petrol on her way out.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
it.
Oh, why the
Yeah.
hell not? And just leave. Yeah.
Like I'm not hanging around for this nonsense, so
Yeah. Next Thursday, Chaotic Goblin. It is in this world. Yes. I'm not going to say.
Yeah, no. Keep it to yourself.
I've already said I won't say. Yeah.
Keep it.
Yeah, like I said, it was definitely Havel for me. Knowing what our conversations are and our concerns about Havel and the tenders are. It was very cinematic moment. And I kind of already had in my head that I wanted to do some plant growth back in the Alderheart. So it seemed like a good moment to kind of do both at the same time. So yeah, I really liked that. Also, I did kind of mention it before, but I appreciate the new character cards, but also that because at the beginning of the show I was curious. I'm like, I wonder what Eric's name is showing as right now, and it is showing as Ashbourne. And that was a very small kind of non-dramatic moment towards the end of last session. So I appreciate that attention to detail.
I think it's
Well,
important
be careful.
because...
Next time it's gonna be fancy lad, Eric.
Eric,
Well-
hard and fast, fancy lad.
Yeah, this is a problem
Exactly.
because Julio, there isn't room under Daria's face for Julio hard and fast switchgear. My favorite me moment. I was really proud that more than a year on, I remembered the layout of that because I had not anticipated really that you would go in through the warehouse. I kind of thought you would go in the way you went last time. And so I'm quite proud that I remembered the layout and how all the bits and pieces, all the gubbins of that that super secret hideout. But I also really liked my description of what Bennick sensed with his detect magic of the tree. Yeah, for reasons that will become apparent. I really liked that. My take on magic in this world is that there is very much the schools of it, like abjuration and so forth, but there's also the sources of it. There is 6 different elements, and from which most magic stems. And yeah, death magic and life magic is very much a thing, but fire, water, air, and earth magic is very much a thing as well. And this tree is just brimming over with life magic. It could well be that it's growing out of a life node, even, maybe. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. That
sounds like bullshit to me.
Might well be why it's as big as it is.
Fake news.
You're taking some of that like new drug thing.
Yeah, the listening shit.
Yeah.
Listen
I like
was
that,
a cool
by the way.
concept for a drug.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
cool.
I'm excited for you to find them. Cool. All
We
right.
It may be.
It's-
Oh, sorry, I'm talking over you, Daria.
No. It's just saying the drag is just like smelling the rotten eggs and like getting high on fumes. It's not even just listening.
Yeah.
It's just a bad egg.
It made me actually think of Slow-Mo from the Dread film with Carl Urban, not the other one that shall
Yeah.
not be named.
The good dread.
The Good
Yeah.
Dread. That it's a damn shame never got a sequel. I would have gone and seen a
Yeah,
sequel.
would have watched the shit out of that.
Oh, love that
Yeah.
film. Anyway, but yeah, the way kind of slow-mo hits, that's how I kind of like where the sound distorts first and then everything else kind of.
It's inspired by, I'll be honest, it is inspired by Dan Abnett, who's one of my favorite authors. I won't go into any further about why, but yes, I credit where credit is due. Dan Abnett is where I borrowed that idea from. His, however, was looks. It was a visual thing. And I was like, that is super neat. I want to change it, though. But yeah.
I was wondering if there's a drug for every sense. Whether there's stink.
Yeah.
You want some stink, bro?
I don't plan to have
Gross.
other sensory drugs beyond inhalants and so forth. But yeah, that was just
Grope.
grope.
Oh no.
Well, that one has to make you
Oh
horny.
no.
Right?
So it's like-
and
That's
then
a Humblewood drug.
Yes.
the tagline is Copperfield, I suppose. Shitty.
It's like there's an episode of Doctor Who, one of the David Tennant Doctor Who's, where everybody you just get patches and you just pop them on, and it's like you feel happy, so it's a happy patch. You just I feel happy, euphoria, and yeah, basically it killed an entire city because everybody got hooked on euphoria. So they just all wasted to death, yeah, it just feels like grope. Ooh! It feels
So that's
slightly
cup
turned
that
on.
you just use.
Yeah. Anyway, we should go away from here and raid Marine Mammal Rescue. They're not our normal raid targets, but they're probably streaming otters, and it's just lovely.
We have literally watched multiple times. Like, let's just pop some cute otters up on the screen.
Are they going with otters right now? It's Ocean Sounds ASMR, but yeah, it's otters in a pond at the Marine Mammal Rescue Center in British Columbia, run by the Vancouver Aquarium, and it's just charming. Joey is such a beautiful boy. And they're just really happy. So we're going to do that, but first of all, I need to ask you guys who the absolute heck you all are. Who doesn't love otters? Exactly. There was the first time I tuned in, there was just 2 of them asleep holding hands.
Nice.
Chaotic Platypus, it's good to see you. You're very welcome. Let's go in reverse order. Dan, who the heck are you?
Hello, I am Dan in the meat space here in the cyberspace. You can find me here, basically, every week, because I am legally obliged to not say why.
What? Wow.
I'm not
What?
tracking
Is that-
bracelets.
Dan, is that
It's an house
your
arrest.
court ordained D&D? That's rough. Are you okay?
Yeah,
Blink twice.
We've got some really weird punishment systems here in Australia. And
Yeah, really inhumane.
legally obliged to play D&D twice a week as a court order.
I'd love that, to be honest.
Oh,
You
no,
are
I would
sentenced
commit
to
more
3
crimes if the
campaigns.
punishment was we had to stream D&D. It's like, oh no, you caught me, officer.
Best take me to D&D. Right. Daria, who the heck are you?
I'm Daria. I play D&D also, surprisingly, here and on the Eldritch Scribe Twitch channel on Mondays. I'm also an artist, and all the beautiful fluffy animals on the screen here are done by me. So that's me.
Very true. Cool. Karen, who the heck are you?
Hi, I'm Karen, otherwise known as the Mother of Bunnies, on Twitch and over on Twitter, where you can follow me. And I usually retweet a lot of bunny pictures, not gonna lie. Who needs Instagram? But I also have Instagram as my sassy alter ego, Miss Lola Moore, who's actually performing live in Creepshow at the Planet Royale this Sunday night, 7 p.m. So if you are Perth-based and you would like to come and see me in a real live cabaret show with a light Halloween theme running through it, yes, 7 p.m. Planet Royale. If you go look at my Lola Moore Instagram, I will probably share stuff in the lead up to it. And yeah, you can also listen to me in the D&D podcast, There Be Dragons, where I play the terrifying axe-wielding, but still a sweetheart, Ryland Westfold.
Splendid. And Brendan, who the heck are you?
Hello, I'm Heckin Brendan Ellis. I'm an actor and director based in Perth. This is the only place that I stream at the moment because that's how I roll. I'm a faithful boy. Not implying anything else. I
You can never leave.
I volunteer to play D&D here every week. I'm not appointed by the court to do so because I have all of my good boy points.
Are you reading something off to the side of the screen as you say that?
There is not a gun being held to my head just
your
off screen.
teleprompter.
Please help. I mean,
Oh,
I am
good.
fine.
Good. This got
Do
weird.
not sign on the dotted line.
Makes it sound like we're all got them held
This
hostage
usually
in our
gets
basement.
weird. Yeah, why we're bothering with Zoom, I don't know. You're all in the same building with me. And Madame and Monsieur Dame
In the
Alderheart-
basement, you mean?
Yeah. Not me. No, this is it, because you would be able to hear me shouting through the... Oh, no, you can't. Madame and Monsieur, Dame und Herren and beings of indeterminate gender and persuasion, I be Josh the Pirate, and you can find me here on my channel, Corsair's Cove, which I run with my lovely lady wife, and we do D&D and other related stuff. But you know that, because you've done that. Good job, keep doing it. We hope to see you next time. Dan and I will be back on Monday for some table talks.
I can never leave.
Yeah, nope. Don't worry, man. I'll sign your papers for you. It's all good.
No.
And
But yeah, I'm keen. I think our topic is last season, right?
yeah,
Peruvian?
yeah,
Yeah.
then I will be more Tactics Tuesday. I'm actually going to be playing Into the Breach again because I'm hooked now. It was very good. Really enjoyed. And I've
We've got
my head
through the
around it.
swearing stage and have moved on to
There
the
was
enjoying the game
Barely
stage.
any swearing because Twitch was watching. And then I will be back over on the Law Right on Friday night, next Friday, for more Ada Linda in between. And this gang here will be back for more Humblewood on Thursday night. Exciting times! And then, of course, December is coming, and there is something that I want to do if I can find enough people who want to do it with me. But that's an up and coming thing.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
Dan's birthday is important. Yes.
It is extremely important.
yeah.
All right, so we're going to go away from here now, guys. I need to thank Sirenscape for the music, the sounds you're hearing. Thanks to Wooten Forge for the joy they're bringing. You can buy your own stuff. It all comes straight from a tree. Recommended by me. Shaped by Aaron and Nate. Shipped to thee. So I thank Wooten Forge for the affiliate so I can share it with ye. Yeah, check that out. It's Wooden Forge. If
Beautiful.
you haven't played Dishonored yet, Josh, you should really try it. Tactics are a huge part of it. Interesting. Noted.
Noted.
So yeah, Wooden Forge are wonderful affiliates. If you want to get some beautiful handcrafted wooden tabletop accessories made of beautiful exotic and Australian hardwoods, you can check that out over there. woodenforge.com/Corsairs Cove.
Excellent Christmas present for the
Yes.
TTRPG enthusiast in your life.
And get in soon because they get real busy around Christmas because a lot of people agree with you about that whole Christmas present thing.
And they do some pens and
Yeah.
to be honest, they're sick boxes. You don't have to put dice in them. You can put anything in them.
Yeah. These would
Great
make
box.
these would probably make quite good cigar boxes. These ones.
Ooh.
I don't know, you
have
don't
to
get
check the
3 in them.
measurements.
Um
Well, it depends how expensive the cigars are. Maybe you can only afford 3.
good cigars worth having? Yes. Okay, so we should go away from here now, guys. I'll just put the link for the YouTube. There we are. If you want to check it out, this app will be up tomorrow morning probably because I'm fast like that. And yeah, we'll go away and raid now. So guys, thank you so much for joining us. And yeah, I'll start that raid up in just a moment. So say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
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 Bam.